Gang, gang. Baby, pop the top and let it spread. As we're listening to Past the Grave. We're going fishing for your bitch today. We're drunk in Houston, baby. And we go ahead and lick and we'll get rich today. Rich, bitch.
Gravy, gang! What is going on, everybody? It's Past the Gravy, episode 563. I'm your good, close personal friend, Alex, with my friends Pat and Robert the Hog Barbosa Jokes, or Robert. Yeah, no, it's Robert the Hog Barbosa Jokes. I like that. It's just a little bit of everything. But yeah, we got a fun-filled podcast for all you guys. We're going to talk about cars that don't exist. We're going to do one final Thunderdome edition of the mock draft season, a mock draft to decide the winner of this season, mock draft of sequels. We're going to tell you guys what's not cool. We're going to answer some of your questions. But first, I wanted to open up the podcast saying, like this is the way that Robert would open up the Precome segment, I feel like. I've been jerking it a little bit, guys. I've been jerking it lately.
Brother.
I'm talking jerk chicken. I've been on my jerk chicken game. And there you go. See what I did there? It sounded dirty, but it wasn't. So I've had off this week, not to brag or anything at work. And I was like, what should I do? I should go back to my Jamaican roots because I don't really travel, but I've gone to Jamaica one time. So that's my home away from home. It's Jamaica. So I was like, let me go back to my roots and work on some food that they made back in my homeland, Jamaican jerk chicken. And I tried some sauce that I got. And then I was like, let me dabble and make my own sauce. And then maybe I can bottle it up and get us out of this place. That'll be our way out of here. That's how Passive Grady can make it mainstream. We just bottle my jerk chicken sauce. And I think we might be onto something. I'd like to have the boys over. And maybe we have a little, I've been trying it on chicken wings. I don't know how to do like the lollipop chicken they do with the jerk chicken normally. So I've just been doing chicken wings because chicken wings always fuck. And you just put it on top of that. That's a good way to tell if you have good sauce or not. I think I can make some pretty good jerk chicken sauce.
Don't be afraid to branch out. Don't leave it just chicken. Get yourself a pork loin. Do some jerk pork. That's where
it's easy to buy a bunch of chicken wings because then if you fuck with the sauce, you can do oh, well, these 3 wings are this. These 3 wings are when I did this with it. So you can get a bunch of wings and test out 3 or 4 different iterations of a sauce. So chicken wings kind of go a long way when you're testing. I would like to eventually once I finish up the final recipe, then maybe I'll do a pork loin. But right now it's chicken wings. Oh, let me try put a little buffalo sauce in it a little bit, make it a little bit more wing ready. Didn't love that the way I thought I would. But then you go back. Mm-hmm. The key is it's the Scotch peppers, the bonnet peppers you got to get there. You got to make sure you get the right ones. Now I'm a big peppers guy. I'm like, those peppers, not good. Not good. You're not making, let me tell you one thing about those peppers. You're not making good jerk sauce with those bad boys. It's a little too dry. A little too dry, if you ask me. I'm a big pepper snob now.
That's a great step in being an adult when you get specific about your ingredients.
Oh,
in college, it calls for this pepper, whatever, dude. We'll get bell peppers and fuck it. We'll make whatever if you cooked in college at all. By the time you're in your 30s, you're like, oh, honey, you got the wrong peppers. We'll make this tomorrow. If we're going to do it, we'll do it right.
I wouldn't give these peppers to my worst enemy. All right. I'll tell you what, honey, call me when you get some new ones.
You bought us Serranos to make stuffed peppers. Amateur mistake, but don't worry. I'll get the right ones tomorrow, which actually I do want to make Serrano stuffed peppers. That sounds good.
But my key for the jerk sauce is people have barbecue sauce, people have hot sauce. That's a very popular thing here. When was the last time somebody's like, yo, dude, you got to try my jerk chicken sauce? People don't just talk about that. So that's always you're always going to remember.
It's too much of a mouthful.
But you're going to remember if you get jerk chicken sauce from Alex. I'm like, yo, slather this on chicken.
It's a mouthful. You got to shorten it. Just call it jerk sauce.
It's basically a marinade or a barbecue sauce that they make in Jamaica typically that they put on. You just slather up a chicken shack and then you just put it on top of there. Mine has nutmeg, thyme, soy sauce. It's got the allspice and a little bit of pimento in there. That's pretty much what it is. And then the the bonnet peppers you have to get. But yeah, they're pretty good. They're kind of like habanero peppers, but a little bit different. And then you can make it spicier or not spicy depending on the peppers you go with. But it's kind of fun to fuck with, and like that needs to be my holiday thing. Instead of just giving people pretzels that I put in my own container, I should be like, here's my jerk chicken sauce. And then everybody be like, that's Alex. Alex makes the jerk chicken sauce he gives us around Christmas. And I'll always be, that's my memorable thing I'll do. That'll be my cooking thing. And then I don't ever have to do anything ever again.
These headphones are like breaking mid fucking show even more than they already are.
Headphones with tape on them?
Duct tape. Be specific. If we're going to be specific about peppers, we're going to do tape also. No, I could just feel it like slowly sliding. It was like 6 seconds away from them just falling in two pieces. So early, not cool. I really, really got to buy a new headset.
You're going to be doing it like the old-timey phones where you have to hold the thing here. Hello there, boys. How's it going? I'm holding my earpiece on my ear, and I'm holding my headpiece, my mouthpiece right here like a microphone.
You were so close to getting me to buy new headphones, and now I'm not gonna, because that sounds like so much fun.
I feel like you'd get really bored of it after you had to hold it the whole time, though.
Yeah, I did notice today that I don't even hold my cell phone up. I just kind of like rest my hand on my belly and then look down at it because I'm too lazy to just hold my phone.
Yeah. Oh.
So good point. Good counter there.
Solid. So yeah, my jerk chicken sauce, working on that.
Jerk sauce.
Bottle it up. But yeah, I've been jerking it lately, guys. Been jerking it, and I think it's been good for me. And that's my just adult thing. Now I'm just a pepper snob.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come at me with mid peppers, all right? Because I'm calling you out. All right, I'm gonna call you out. Next thing I had another food idea. I kind of came up with this chalk this up under the drunk ideas category. Dunker Don'ts. I was talking to somebody about Dunkaroos and how delightful those were as a snack as a child. The cookie that you just dipped in, was it peanut butter or whatever the dipping sauce was? You peeled the top off, you took the little thing, you dunked it into the dipping sauce or the dunking sauce, and then you ate it. It was delicious. We never really got Dunkaroo's opinions on rape, so that's why I wanted to come up with my own specifically anti-rape cookie, Dunker Don'ts. No means no. Dunker Don'ts are the first ever cookie that is specifically anti-rape. And you may be thinking like, Alex, why do you need this? I don't know. But do you want to be the person that doesn't buy the Dunker Don'ts? Like if you're sitting at the store and you're looking at Dunkaroos and Dunker Don'ts, and one of them says the official anti-rape cookie, if you get Dunkaroos, you're pretty much saying you're pro-rape.
I think you might have to say the official for-profit anti-rape cookie, because otherwise people are going to expect you to donate 100% of proceeds to rape charities.
We wouldn't have to donate 100 because we have to keep business going. We'd obviously donate some money to anti-rape charities, but like, I'm just saying, I think that it puts you in a tough spot if you're at the grocery store and you're looking at the two next to each other. I'm not buying the not anti-rape cookie. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that on me. And then Dunkaroos will be like, well, we're not really like pro-rape. We're not pro-rape or anything. We didn't have a stance on rape when we came out. Like, interesting. And these times, you haven't come out against. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, Dunkaroos. And then we just get the PR monster just kind of takes over. And I think Dunker Don'ts is gonna it's gonna take over the world of cookies. Really, Girl Scout cookies might be in trouble too with Dunker Don'ts.
If you pull it off, I'll always back you. But I love Duncan from Dunkaroos. I don't want to go against him. Can we make what if we make Ori Nose? They don't have a fun mascot.
Well, that can be the next thing. We're just anti-rape cookies is really what we should invent, because I think it's going to be hard to buy we're going to insinuate pro-rape cookies when they're sitting next to our cookies.
What if we do, instead of Nutter Butters, we do Nutter, but not if she doesn't consenters?
Consensual grams. They're like Teddy Grams, but they're them consenting.
Ooh, I like that. I like consensual grams.
And instead of little bears, they're just contracts, like consent contracts. And handshakes.
So I think if we're going to do the consent grams, it's going to be actually like a graham cracker then, and then you can like stencil on consent forms.
Right.
Because otherwise the form is the size of the bear. That's just ridiculous. No one will be able to read that.
Right. Well, you don't have to be able to read the whole form or anything. You just have to be able to be like, oh, this is a consent form.
Dude, we can do spin-offs of this too into like all the different movements. Like for the Marxists, we'll make animal comrades.
Yeah, but I think really like what we don't want to like get too over our head. I think we focus on anti-rape cookies because anti-rape is a pretty like there's not a lot of pro-rape people, you know, and if you are, you don't want to tell people. Probably don't want it. Like that's not something you want to publicize. So
I
like
just almost made a political joke and I stopped myself.
The
I want you to
anti-rape.
congratulate me.
No, I appreciate you for holding your tongue there. But the anti-rape cookie movement, I think, really kind of gets everybody. The Venn diagram is kind of everyone.
See, here's the problem with it, though. I feel like if you're coming
this
out
guy doesn't
so
have
strong,
anti-rape cookies. Is he pro-rape? And then you start having people asking questions about like what's going on, and then everybody has to have anti-rape cookies, or else the question goes around.
In my head, if you come out so strongly publicly against something, I'm gonna think you did it. Like if you're the guy that's like, guys, I'm so anti-rape. I don't like rape at all. Why aren't you guys saying you don't like rape? I'm gonna be like, that guy fucking raped somebody. Why are you so actively
that's not
on something
it's not a bad point.
That everybody is obviously against?
I'm really just thinking of like if somebody forced you to buy cookies with a gun pointed at you, like this would probably be the best way to do that. Not directly, there's not a gun necessarily pointed at you, but it's like, you know what it says about you if you don't buy these cookies. There's, you know, the insinuation. You know, the implications.
The implication. There you go.
The implications, as Dennis would say on Always Sunny. The implication is there. So Dunker Don'ts
next to your brand and like, I would have gone with these.
Dunker Don'ts. Can I say like chalk that up as a maybe?
I'd like to go after a different cookie if we can.
Ori knows makes sense.
And wait, who's owned by Nestle? We'll find one that's owned by Nestle. We'll go after them because Nestle's done a lot of fucked up shit over the years.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. If you don't want to have Nestle ruined for you, don't Google Nestle controversy. You'll find out about a lot of slave children in Asia.
Don't look it up, though, whatever you're doing. We're telling you now, don't look it up.
Don't do it.
Last thing I had for the Precome segment, a lot of car commercials, always on. But I feel like it's not that hard to come up with a car name. Like to invent a car and come up with a new model of a car, you can just throw any sort of like adjective or any sort of name on a car. So I texted you guys this. I was like, let's come up with some car names. Just imagine this is a big pitch meeting. We can use any, you know, existing brand of car, but let's come up with some new car models because like the Chevy Eclipse, like where'd you get that name, huh? You just, somebody saw an Eclipse. So like, we should name a car after that. Done. What is the Mazda Miata? What does that mean? I don't fucking know. The Chevy, the Chevy Volt. Cool. Neat. The Ford Focus. Let's just get focused on a car name. All right. What do we just call it? The Focus. Done. The Fusion. Okay, cool. Like these are all just cool sounding words. We can make a million car brands. So I decided these are some car names that don't exist that we're going to come up with. Cars that don't exist. Starting off with the Ford Agro Crag. This is an off-road El Camino. It's part car, part truck, but the bed of it pops up to be like a camper. So it's kind of a camper van. You got an El Camino. You got the truck part. We're off-roading, but hey, I want to camp here. Boom. And you just pull up the handle in the bed of the truck part of it. Bam. There's a little camper right there. You can sleep there. You push it back down and you go about your off-roading. You can do everything off-road. It's just the Ford Agro Crag, and the Agro Crag sounds cool as fuck.
Yeah, and it gives us all nostalgia back to Legends of the Hidden Temple. Wait, was it Legends?
Exactly.
Was that the yeah?
Guts. It was Guts.
Oh, Guts. Global Guts. Yeah. Robert, he's too young. He don't know about that. You're too young for us, bro.
You don't get it, dude. What'd you guys get? Any ideas from y'all?
Yeah, I had an idea for an electric truck with attitude. It's the Chevy Thunder.
Oh, I like that. See, okay, more along the lines of that. I wrote the Volkswagen Vulture, V-O-L-T, Vulture. That's an electric car, and it's the bad boy. It's the bad boy of electric cars. Just picture like a regular electric car with a leather jacket on, but with a knife. So it's just like an intimidating electric car. They don't have a bad boy of electric cars. So I think we're both kind of on the same mindset there, the Thunder and the Vulture.
Yeah. Also, if Toyota ever wants to dip their toes into the aqua car market, which are cars that can just drive into water and then they are boats, I've got two because I want it to be in the vein of the Corolla and the Camry, whereas one is the smaller one and then the other is a full size sedan. So it will be the Toyota Sashimi and the Toyota Sushi.
Okay, I like that.
Right? Yeah, get a little seafood in there because you're going in the ocean, you're going in the water, knock it around a little bit. This one, my next one, I don't have any idea of what the car is. All right. It's just the name is so perfect, it needs to be made. It's the Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Why is that not already?
I'd like to think it's just like a round car.
No, because I don't want it to look stupid. I just like,
but it's
why not
look
call
cool.
it the ball? Like
yeah,
it's a good looking,
plays.
Maybe like a cousin of the Challenger. It's a muscle car. It's strong, but like dodgeball. Maybe it's just made with like old school, like full on metal, so it'll bounce off of shit when you hit it. That's more what it is.
Some more cars that don't exist. Robert, did you have any?
I thought it'd be really funny if you just like go crazy and make it confusing as possible for people. So like do the Ford Toyota or like there's the Chevy Volkswagen.
Where it's just a bunch of brands all together and you're like, is this the make or the model? Like it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, but like they're not even working together. They're trying to screw each other over, try to confuse the consumer base.
I like that. It feels like it would be hard to sell, but I like that.
Oh, I didn't know we were trying to sell these things.
I'm just saying these are ideas.
I would like
an idea.
And that one for the Toyota just to come out with the Toyota and then make it just like it's a line of Toyotas, like Yoda, the guy, but all of the cars in that line just look like an X-Wing, the Millennium Falcon, a TIE fighter car, dude. How dope would that be?
That'd be cool. I had some more cars that don't exist. The Mazda Do Re Mi. It's the slogan is music to your gears, and it just talks about the smooth shiftability or whatever shit they're talking about on it. The car also comes with a U2 album that is in the CD player, and you cannot eject it. So it's just kind of like when they did that to our iPods. It's just U2 again, just kind of hijack it into your car.
Okay.
Also had the Toyota Illuminator, Illuminate Her. The first car designed specifically for women. It's invincible against curbs. Curbs don't stand a chance when you're running over them with the Illuminator. When it knows you're on your way home and you don't have gas, like enough gas to get to work, the auto drive feature immediately takes over and autopilots you to the nearest gas station where then it forces you to get gas. So you don't ever wake up the next day like, fuck, I'm all out of gas. The check engine light's also been removed. We know you're not checking that anyways. Now it lets you know whether or not Mercury is in retrograde or not. So it'll just be like Mercury in retrograde on. And you're like, oh shit, Mercury's in retrograde, girls.
And maybe when you do inevitably get into an accident, it doesn't have OnStar. It's just a voice that comes on that says, which Taylor Swift song would you like to listen to while the authorities are notified?
That's a good one too. Yeah, we'd have to do the licensing on that, but I like where you're going with that.
I think Taylor would get down on it.
I think so too. Especially female theme. It's female. It's embracing your feminine energy.
I just had three come to mind while we were talking about this. And I believe, was it Apple at one point was looking into developing a car, but they abandoned it. If they were to restart their endeavors, their electric car would be the Apple Byte.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe spelled BYTE though, but Apple, it's got the Byte taken out of it. Then eventually, when they move into the motorcycle game, the Apple Worm, because it's skinny like a worm. And then when they do have a gas car, it's probably still a hybrid, but when it is in gas mode, it only does eco mode. And what is the symbol that they always do for eco? It's a little leaf, the Apple leaf.
That plays. I think they already have a leaf before, but again, probably came up with the same way that you just did.
Here's a fourth one, maybe even if they do like a tiny little version for European markets or like the smart car, the Apple Seed.
I like that too.
Yeah.
I like that too. More cars that don't exist. I had the Subaru Incognito. and it's marketed like it's an invisible car. It's not really an invisible car. People just kind of act like it is and just don't say anything about it. Like, oh, that guy thinks he's invisible. It's kind of like in Big Daddy when Adam Sandler gives Julian the glasses because he's too shy and he's like, just put these on, you'll be invisible. And like everybody sees him, but they're just like, yeah, he just thinks he's invisible. They let you do that, and you have incognito mode that you can activate, and that just makes the tent like slightly darker on the car to make you feel like you're more hidden. And then also you can watch unlimited porn and it just won't tell anybody about it. That's the incognito. Also had
so like the center screen is just for hardcore pornography. I'm down with that.
Yeah. Then I had a couple more. The Jeep Jungle Gym. It's Jeep's answer to the Cybertruck, but just more in the shape of a jungle gym. Make your world the playground, and that'll be their slogan. I had the Volkswagen Bannister. It was really they wanted to call it the Volkswagen Banner so they could make a van themed like Bruce Banner, so it would be like green themed, like a Hulk themed van. But whoever was in charge of the patent and submitting that corrected Banner to Bannister, so now it's the Volkswagen Bannister, and they just forgot to check it before they sent it in. So they got stuck with the Volkswagen Bannister, and these are just kind of like shitty green vans that they don't really know what to do with. But that's what they got, the Volkswagen Bannister. The Mitsubishi Teriyaki, it's like a RAV4, but it's got chicken roasters in the back.
So it's like Pimp My Ride, but like a production car. I'm down with that.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's pretty much what I had. I also had the Ford Mote. You already did amphibious cars. That was just Ford's amphibious car.
Okay, well then I've got one for you. This is my favorite one. Unfortunately, it is marketed and only sold in Scandinavian countries. It is not amphibious, but it does have that, that big snorkel on the front. So like the exhaust can get out over the top if you're driving in deep water. The Ford Fjord.
Ooh.
Right?
I like that.
Right? Car companies, if you're watching, which you should be, I'm listening to job offers at the moment.
Okay, here's the slogan for you. Ready? All Fjord one Fjord all.
I love that.
Done. Print the shirts. We're done, and we should be car execs. I don't understand how hard it is. Like, we just came up with the next 7 years worth of cars, and they're just. I want to do a line of
T-shirts for us. We're just all these fake cars. Unfortunately, like obviously we couldn't write Ford and stuff on it for like copyright reasons. But if we just made the Fjord, it looked like the Ford F, but wasn't quite. That'd be fucking
great.
An
accent mark on it. Yeah, cars that don't exist. So that was fun exercise. What else do you guys have for the pre-chem segment? Anybody?
God damn it. My phone is fucking going absolutely bomb shit right now. This one, it wasn't. It's not quite in space for the not cool, but it all goes together with something that was not. So I'm gonna lose my schedule at work where I just work Monday through Friday mornings. It's the greatest restaurant schedule of all time. It's gonna end up changing up. School, summer is about to happen anyway, so it was going to happen. But one of the managers got an STI, and now she has to leave work early, so I have to do it. And before anyone thinks, oh, that's gross, by STI, I mean, she is pregnant with a baby, which is technically a sexually transmitted infection, if you think about it.
Yeah.
But Robert, don't shake your head at me. It's literally by the literal definition.
I mean, it's a sexually transmitted result. I wouldn't say an infection.
Well, I would. The baby is growing inside. I would say that
it doesn't have to be sexually transmitted.
Yeah.
Ever heard
in
of
vitro?
I would say about 99.99% of all births in the history of mankind were sexually transmitted.
But
so we're gonna go ahead and go with me. I
don't
play
heard of Jesus. Huh?
Yeah.
Immaculate conception.
Yeah.
Huh?
You ever heard of literally every other person you've ever known?
You ever heard about that stingray at that zoo?
That's bullshit. That stingray's not pregnant. It still hasn't given birth. It still hasn't given birth. It's been like Robert, 6 months that it's been super pregnant.
I'm glad that we're all up to date on the stingray. There's a stingray that got pregnant and there's no males in the tank. But how's it pregnant? Please keep us updated on that, Robert.
My manager got a sexually transmitted thing, and then her doctor said 2 days ago, she went to the doctor, and they're like, yeah, you have to stop working. So all of a sudden, like really quickly, shit changed. So I gotta change up my schedule, and I don't have as many free nights now, which sucks. But
that's not ideal.
I had a good run for
you did have a really good run.
Having a sick restaurant schedule.
Yeah. And you think it's gonna last for a while, or is it gonna go back?
Yeah, I mean, like we've got another manager that we're like it's a server. We're already training her and stuff. It just accelerated things, but I mean, like I said, summer's about to happen, so my schedule is going to change anyway because there's no lunches, and we're probably just not going to do the lunches again.
Yeah,
because my GM is jealous of my schedule. I mean, that's way, but he does tell me all the time he hates that I just get to show up in the morning and then leave in the afternoon and have weekends off. Which is fair.
That's that's the hand I played.
I'm like, dude, your dad's the one that won't do the school lunches. Also, I'm gonna make less money now because I don't get tips. So I gotta at some point I gotta walk in and be like, hey, you gotta pay me more now. And that's never a fun conversation. He's already like brought it up without me bringing it up anyway, but like it's just not fun. I've been there 10 years, never had the conversation. Just a couple times they've been like, hey, we're gonna pay you more. I'm like, all right.
So yeah, then if you haven't had the conversation, they've just been like, here's some more money. I feel like if you were like, hey, let's discuss, I feel like they gotta be cool about it.
Yeah, they know. I'm gonna be like, listen, I'm making fucking hundreds less a paycheck now. Give me money.
And then you can also just play back the clips we had from us pitching car names and be like, look, I could go work at any car company ever.
That's true.
If you don't match
my talent is undeniable.
Request right here. Like I've got people knocking on my door right now. Which I would assume will be happening when this comes out.
Somebody else had to fuck and now it ruined my schedule. Great.
Thanks a lot, guys. There's consequences. I think you just get in a quick lay, but no.
You thought it'd be fun to leave it in, and now my life changes. Fun. It's and complete now bullshit. Happened? This is why you don't hire women.
That was Pat saying that, not me. I didn't say that. Those are Pat's words.
I'm kidding, guys. You know I love you ladies.
Robert, do you have anything for the Precome segment?
I didn't, but now I do. Pat, there's no way you're gonna do the rest of the podcast like that.
No, I was gonna wait. Yeah, so
watch the YouTube version. Watch the YouTube version right now.
Dude, my arm was already getting tired, like Robert said. About halfway through that segment, the duct tape just stopped holding. So now I'm literally just holding up one headphone. No, I was planning on as soon as we went into the first ad, I was gonna sprint downstairs and just try and find any tape that I have. Also, not sure where there's tape in my house. I think there's some in my car.
Well, these are new headphones that just broke, right? It's not like you've had these headphones knowing that they were broken for a while and just taped together.
I'd say they've been taped together for, what do you guys think, at least a year?
Yeah, no, yeah, at least. Probably more. Yeah. Probably more.
I think literally the entire time I've been in this house, and in June that will be 1 year. Or July, that'll be 1 year.
Definitely good that you didn't get any more headphones in that time.
I mean, how many people would have bought new headphones and then in the next year probably bought more again? How much money did I save with 8 cents worth of duct tape?
You're right, dude.
Yeah, you look like you were at a call center.
I'm not cheap as fuck. I'm frugal, guys. That's basically it. It's weird because like I can hear my fan over here. Oh, I'm sure I've got. Well, see, the whole thing is it's got to be these stupid gaming ones with the headphone built in because, as you know, I'm running it through an Gen 4 iPad that can't support this and a microphone at the same time without just crashing.
Well, I've accidentally bought 3 of the same headset before. If you'd like,
I've got my other ones downstairs, but you guys told me a while back that the audio quality wasn't great on those. So I'm gonna do a little fucking Amazon search today, headset with good audio quality, and I'll fucking have that here by next week.
There we go. Progress.
As long as you remind me to do that by the end of this, because I'm gonna forget this conversation by the time we're done talking.
I'm reminding you to do that now. Before we do that, though, let's see how many people we can name from a random team.
Set reminder. Buy new headset in 3 hours.
There you go. It's a good call.
There we go. That's how you do that.
I'm going to spin the wheel of every American sports team or every American professional sports league teams. And we got the Miami Heat go.
Dwayne Wade.
I feel like we already did this one not that long ago.
Did we? I don't think
Didn't
so.
we?
I don't think we did. I don't think we did the Heat.
I'm redoing it though.
Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, you could just name a bunch of like good guys. Who we got?
Goran Dragic.
Washington Wizards. Gilbert Arenas.
Oh, Agent
Who
Zero.
was the guy that had the gun? Who's the guy that didn't pay him that he was threatening to shoot? Who is that guy?
I don't know.
John Wall, Bradley Beal.
Damn it, I was going to say Bradley Beal. That's all I had for them. I know they used to be called the Bullets, which was such a cooler name than the Wizards. They should have just stayed the Bullets. And when people got pissy about it, been like, shut up, bitch.
That wasn't a good one.
I literally got nothing for the Wizards, dude. Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, on that one, you go get your headphone. I'll tell you everybody about littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com, the official sponsor of this week's Comeback Kids segment. If you need an air freshener, don't go get those little stupid baby back bitch trees that they got hanging at the car wash. Just go to littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com. Get you one of the best air fresheners on the planet. I promise you, you will never be disappointed with a Little M Shop air freshener. You get free shipping with orders of $10 or more. Go and load up. Throw away the little green tree or the yellow tree, or the black tree, whatever color tree you got hanging on your rearview mirror. Throw that away and go over and head to littlemshop.com. Get you a fresh to death air scent. Get you a Little Ice air freshener. Miami Beach air freshener. They got the rad design. They got the out of this world design where it looks like you're in freaking space. They got the floral wallpaper too for the ladies or for the fellas too. Who cares? I prefer the fresh to death scent. Then I also like the Miami Beach too. I like to change it up a little bit. And I always give you the hack. You throw the air freshener in the bottom of your trash can when you're putting the liner bag in there. It gives you that nice little fresh smell of a Little M air freshener when you're changing the bags. littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com. They're at Little EM Tweets on Twitter, at Little EM Shop on Instagram. Let them know you're supporting the people supporting the podcast. You buy anything from them. They also got stickers. They got keychains that you can customize. They have ready-made keychains too. If you're a T Swift fan, go check out some of that. You can get a Hellfire Club one too right there. They got some customizable stickers as well as all kinds of other things. The number one place for tchotchkes online, littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, the official sponsor of the Comeback Kid segment. Go to littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com, and let them know you're supporting the people supporting the show. littleemshop.com, the official sponsor of the Comeback Kid segment.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
All right, our first Comeback Kid of the week is Dollar Hot Dog Night. Dollar Hot Dog Night is back. Glizzies are back. Guys being dudes are back. Pat, tell everybody why.
So, the New York Mets decided to run Dollar Hot Dog Night, and by all accounts, it was a smashing success. They sold over 44,000 hot dogs in one game.
I have the actual number if you'd like.
I would love it.
44,269. Nice.
During one single baseball game. But it doesn't end
so
there.
Many glizzies.
Doesn't end there. One man woke up that day and decided to be a hero. He decided not only was he going to go to this game and eat as many $1 hot dogs as he could, not only was he going to drink as many beers as he could, he was going to get a white t-shirt and mark it up to put tallies for dogs and
Wade
beer.
Boggs style.
And not there was it that he stopped. Because most people would go, oh, this can be fun. I'd mark down. And at the point that he was at 9 dogs and 10 beers, which is a very impressive game by itself, this hero, this giant of a man, this Socrates level brain expert of a man,
they should build a statue.
Decided, hey, I'm wearing a fun shirt. People around me are getting into this. Stands up in his section and just starts encouraging everyone to throw hot dogs at him to up the numbers. And you know what? For everything that we can say against the people in the city of New York, they rallied together as one and just start hucking dogs at this guy who looks, by all accounts, during the video that I saw, already shit-faced and already sickeningly full of hot dogs. Like I said, he had 10 beers and 9 dogs. That's a lot. But this hero grabs one of those dogs out of the air and bites into it to an eruption from the crowd. Now, this is where it takes a turn. Because much in true fashion of New York City, they saw one of their citizens having fun and they go, gotta stop that. They kicked the man out of the game for inciting a riot. Because the fans were getting so into it, they were losing their fucking minds and cheering. Now, by all accounts, the orders come from the higher up. It's not the cops themselves. They were laughing. It was all in good fun. Nothing was going to be done to the guy. They're just like, we got to get you out.
I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
But what
Didn't
an
hear no bell.
absolute... Many people have seen the idea of the 9 dogs and 9 innings and have tried it and done it. Many people have counted beers on their shirt. No one ever thought to come together to a game and not only do that, but involve the people around them in it. And to that I say, Mr. Random New York Knicks fan, I think he should go in the Hall of Fame of Dudes. Which is something we should start.
I like
the
that.
Hall of Fame for dudes. And this man should be...
Keep a note tab and then you can present
inductee.
that at the Gravies.
Oh, the yearly Hall of Fame of Dudes.
Yeah, keep that in a notes app on your phone. So now you're 100% in charge of it.
Oh, that's a
this
bad
all hinges
idea, but
on you. This all hinges on you. But like, no, as you were talking about that,
help me add people to it, but I'll keep track of it
right
now.
Right. As you were talking about that, that just got me thinking, Robert, I don't know if you could put this like little clip together, but just be like, like a lot is going on in this world right now, and there's a lot of bad shit happening. But like when we had 9/11 happen, I think that there were a lot of things in this country that just showed like that we come together. Like terrible things can happen in the world, but like everybody just showing up with the buckets they had at their house to like pick up at ground zero. George Bush throwing out the first pitch after 9/11 and everybody just standing up and just losing their mind. And then like you need to look back at like nowadays, it's people throwing the hot dogs at the guy on Dollar Hot Dog Night. Like that shows that America can come together when we truly need to. And like the rest of the world, I want them to think of themselves as that guy from Dollar Dog Night, but bombs being thrown at them if they want to fuck with the US of A. You think about that. You be the Dollar Dog Night, but we're throwing nades at you. We're throwing nukes at you. So if you fuck with the US of A, you're fucking with all of those glizzy throwing son of a guns out there, all right? Any terrorists listening to this, you do not want to come for us or our dogs. That made me like, I know
it almost made me get political.
Like it's not that far away, but I was like, we're gonna kick anybody's ass if we can do this. If we can do this, if we can mobilize like this for Dollar Hot Dog Night, what can't we do? The American dream is still alive, everybody. That's all I'm gonna say.
Maybe in November we can.
We can all come together. If we can come together for Dollar Dog Night, just think about that. All right. Live every day like it's Dollar Dog Day. All right. And maybe we'll see a little change in this world. Maybe we'll see a little change.
I think there should be a national Dollar Dog Day. Like around the league, like every Tuesday at every single ballpark should be Dollar Dogs. It should be league mandated. In any sport. If you have a sporting event on a Tuesday, maybe it doesn't have to be Tuesday because, 2 for Tuesday. If we do Mondays, whatever it be, one day of the week should be designated Dollar Dog Night.
I think most teams kind of do that. Not always, but
they do it like
the worst teams.
Not every team does it, and they don't all do it every week. I mean, it needs to be like, can Congress could do one thing right? Can they all get together and just pass Dollar Dog Night?
Any Tuesday or Wednesday game and Major League Baseball should be Dollar Dog Night.
It's not going to really affect any businesses by themselves because James Coney Island's already gone.
All right,
you. I love you. Maybe hot dog vendors might be in trouble, but maybe they just do a bunch of business that day. Sell smaller dogs that day.
So yeah, hot dogs back though. Just great week for Glizzies. Great week to be a Glizzy. Probably the best week of the year for Glizzies since 4th of July.
I want it. Oh, was it Bud Light? You can repair your image in one day. come out with another Real Men of Genius and do it on this guy. Real Men of Genius.
If the Mets weren't idiots, they'd just build a statue for him. But yeah,
here's to you, Mr. Hot Dog Guy. Mr. Hot Dog Eater Mets fan. Dude, right away. Chills.
All right. Also back this week, draft grades, boys. It's draft grade season. It's draft grade season. I don't know if you saw my first round draft grades, but I posted those after the first round. Got some shit. Apparently, can't just say whatever you want without people having to weigh in and tell you you're terrible at your opinions on it. Draft grades are out. The NFL draft happened on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and now everybody likes to look at who got drafted by who and tell everybody who was the best at drafting. Quick draft grades. Pat, I did them for our teams. Giants, A+. Packers, A+. Robert, even for you Texans, A+. Crushed it. Anybody else you want to know? Let's fire them up. Falcons. I don't know. I'm gonna go C. I'm gonna go C for the Falcons. Let's go AFC East. Bills,
Give
B.
Falcons an A.
Okay, Falcons and A. Hot take. All right, I'm gonna go AFC East. Bills A or Bills B. Dolphins B. Jets F. Patriots. Let's go Patriots with a C. I'm gonna go Ravens B. Browns B. Steelers.
What did you give the Bears?
A. Bears A. Obviously they got it. Wait, no, because they're your rivals. So F. You're
yeah,
right.
I was gonna say, what are you talking about?
Cowboys F. Eagles F minus.
Is going to be the biggest bust. He's never dealt with any adversity. The first time he did, the Irish beat him, and he cried in his mom's tits.
He did cry. People forget that.
Roma Dunze, people forget he played at Washington. Name a pro who was good that played at Washington. So you can't fucking do it. Two busts in the first 10 picks.
That's why he was the A for the Falcons.
Well, he
made Rome look good. He's the reason Rome looked good.
He will be the first.
Right. Yeah. Draft grades are my favorite thing because you just make up like everybody's gonna say their team had the best draft. Giants, without a doubt, the best draft. Obviously, Malik Neighbors in the first round, absolute steal, best receiver in the class. And then we got other guys, and that was sick too. So A+ for my team, and then all the teams I don't like Fs.
The Packers, I love it every year because inevitably I'm gonna sit there all day. I'm gonna get super excited. We're gonna pick a offensive lineman I've never fucking heard of. And then the draft grades are fun because I always get to sit there and I go, okay, are you going to give them a B minus, or a B plus? It's always in the B's. Nobody knows whatever to draft Packers because in the first 3 rounds, we always go big boys. So it was like, it's not sexy. You can't give them like a, woo, they picked this guy and we'll pick up like a late round quarterback just for shits and giggles to have a backup on the roster. But everyone, B, it's the Packers B.
Well, no, that's how you do it. That's how you do draft grades. You pick your teams, you go A's for the teams you like, and then anybody you don't like, you go D's and F's, and then everybody else, you just kind of randomize B's and C's, and then everybody kind of just like, that looks right. Like, that's what, like, I could make a draft grade every fucking day and just slightly change it, and then it's hilarious to tweet out. I did it after the first round draft. People are like, wow, you don't like Daniels from LSU for the Commanders, clearly. I'm like, no, he's just in my division. So everybody in my division got an F because that's my team. Like, it's very simple. It's very simple. If I like my friend that I do a podcast with is a Packers fan. Obviously, I'm not going to fail them. Everybody else can fuck off.
The funny thing about me giving an A to the Falcons was the entire draft process going up to it. I was like, I don't believe in Michael Penix. He throws everything off his back foot, and I just can't trust that. Even though he is supremely accurate, but he's a little bit older, and older guys tend to not pan out. As soon as they drafted him, and I'm like, oh, he has to sit a minimum of 2 years. I was like, they're going Packers strategy. Hey, this dude's going to be a fucking stud because he gets to sit. Like, really, they say it's a 4-year deal that Kirk Cousins signed. It's really only 2, but they can extend it if they want, then get out after 2 years. But I'm like, oh, they're going to let the quarterback sit and develop the kind of guy who knows what he's doing, something that nobody in the league does anymore. They just hope they hit on a superstar. They're going to actually take the time to develop a quarterback. I'm like, hey, you get an A. Just because they did
actually have done that before. If you look at Michael Vick, he sat for a year behind Chris Chandler. And then also there was this guy named Brett Favre who also didn't play for a while and then got traded.
A year. I'm talking about you're picking a guy that you're forcing him to sit for multiple years and really learn the game. Because, like, no matter how good you are in college, no matter if you played in the SEC. If you're a quarterback, it's a night and day difference between the NFL and college. You
I also
really
do
have
like
to
that
learn the
argument
game.
because you do see the times like the Aaron Rodgers and the Jordan Loves when that happens. But then most of the time it's like they just don't ever end up being a starter. You're like, well, yeah, we sat him and we realized he's probably just better as a backup.
Well, Brett Favre got sad because he was an alcoholic and a pillhead who
That
just
also
really didn't do shit for the Falcons.
that also
he changed his life around. But no, this is great. Me, just because they took the Packers process of we're drafting a guy to sit behind a known guy, I still have banked up all of my things about saying I don't believe in Michael Penix because he throws off his back foot. So if he eventually gets a starting job and sucks, I'm right because I was like, he throws off his back foot. That's not going to work in the NFL.
Yeah.
Or I'm right because I'm like, dude, see,
yeah, you playing both sides. It's perfect.
I didn't even mean to do that. And the fucked up thing is, I still strongly believe both of these things. That it's a great pick because he's gonna sit, but I still don't believe in him because he throws every single throw off his back foot.
Quickly wrapping up the draft grade talk. I mean, obviously the Giants draft grade is such a great draft grade just because like names alone, like Malik Neighbors, elite wide receiver name, easy. Mm-hmm. Like that guy is built to be a receiver. They also got a running back. See you later, Saquon Barkley. Forgot about that guy already because we have Tyrone Tracy. Tyrone Tracy Jr. Tell me that guy doesn't sound fast.
Bro, alliteration is key for
Tyrone Tracy Jr. Yeah, that guy's going to be fucking bouncing all over the backfield, busting runs. Dude, that guy's going to be a stud. Tyrone Tracy, might as well just buy a jersey now.
I think the funniest moment of the draft for me was in the third round when all anybody said coming into this draft was the Cowboys just have to get a running back at some point. It doesn't have to be a super high pick. Yeah, didn't draft a single one, but not only that, in the third round, they didn't draft. I'm already forgetting his name. Marshawn Lloyd out of USC. They don't draft him, and immediately right behind him, the Packers go, we'll take him. And a lot of people are saying he was actually the best running back in the draft. He's one of the people saying that, and I believe him because he's a Packer now.
Yeah, he's one of the people that said it.
Oh, dude, it's going to be so gratifying watching the Packers just bitch slap the league around again.
And when Tyrone Tracy Jr. also becomes the best running back in the league, and I'm like, haha. Remember when I said his name sounds like a really good running back? Duh.
Co-offensive rookies of the league for both of our running backs.
Co-offensive rookie of the league. Yeah. Hey, remind us to give them that award at the Gravies.
And the cool thing about it is, even though Aaron Jones just left, we've got a good rookie running back coming in, and A.J. Dillon, our bulldozer, is on the last year of his contract. So we're just going to run him into the fucking ground on short yardage. And he's gonna be a badass because he's playing for a contract. Packers run game this year, guys. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah. And Giants also got a tight end named Theo Johnson. Tell me that's not a tight end name. That guy's a stud tight end. Theo Johnson.
Do you think
that guy's catching tutties?
You think Waller's gonna retire? That's what they expect.
Doesn't matter. We got Theo Johnson now. I'm not even worried.
Not to go next. Who's your quarterback? Because I saw some reports today.
His name is Daniel Jones.
I heard
his name is Daniel Jones, and he is our quarterback. All right, please do not question me about my team's quarterback. It's Daniel Jones, and then Drew Lock would be the backup.
I heard today that there's a lot of rumblings that they think Drew Lock's going to be the starter this year.
Well, either way,
which will be good. You remember
Spin
that video
zone?
of him?
Drew Lock is very good at dancing. Remember that,
dude? He's got swag.
Yeah, he's got swag. So
Daniel Jones has the frame.
Daniel Jones
Drew
very
Lock
good.
Has swag.
Daniel Jones very good. Still can lead the team to the Super Bowl. If Drew Lock has to be the guy, also could lead the team to the Super Bowl because you've seen him dance. You can see him dance.
Hey,
he's not scared of big stages.
I seem to remember that in the 80s when you guys won a Super Bowl, didn't you have to use two quarterbacks that year?
People forget that. Jeff Hostetler. Yes, Pat. That's a very good way to remember that.
When people say if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have one, that's not fucking
Except
true.
For that time. And then Nick Foles later. But that one time specifically.
Yeah. So I'm just saying. Don't let people get you down. Don't let people bring that up. I was trying to do that to you so you can build the defense against it.
There you go. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. All right. Draft grades are back. Also back this week. Galveston. Galveston's back because Charles Barkley was talking shit about Galveston, and then people got mad about it, specifically like Beyonce fans. Galveston, he was talking about I think Shaq was talking about like where should the Pelicans go now that they got embarrassed and are out of the playoffs, and he was like, they don't even get to go to Cancun, they got to go to Galveston with that dirty ass water. They don't even get Cancun. Send them to that dirty ass water over there. They'd be washing up on the shore. People think they in the beach. Yeah, okay. So he's basically saying like Galveston's dirty. Then that got Galveston get mad. I understand what he's saying. If you were like, would you rather go to Cancun or Galveston? You're probably gonna pick Cancun though, right?
Yes. This
Galveston's
is such
good
a fake...
at what it is. Galveston's good at what it is.
Didn't it be like Beyonce said something and got mad at it or something, right? Is that what it was? Is that why the Beyonce fans got after it? Okay, so this is why
Bayhive.
I've said it for years.
They're buzzing.
Beyonce's H card needs to be revoked. Beyonce ain't from the H. She never does shit for Houston. And this extends to her mom. Do you guys know anyone personally that was mad about these comments? No. Everybody in Houston saw that and goes, yeah, Galveston's water is shit. That's not insulting.
I mean,
only fake Houstonians are the ones that are mad about it. Nobody in Galveston was up in arms like, oh, you're calling Galveston shit?
No, there probably was. My grandpappy took me to Galveston. I was raised on that beach just like I was raised in the Dome. That's why we can't tear the Dome down. We can't talk bad about Galveston because it's all the best.
Raised on the beach, not in the water. Next time, if you hear anybody get mad about it, go, okay, this weekend, I want you to send me a picture. Drive down to Galveston, get in the water. Nobody gets in the water. It is a beach. It's not a scenic beach. It's not beautiful. Every once in a while, you do get clear days, and you see pictures of it, and people are like, oh, look, the water's clear in Galveston. They send pictures of that because it's not common. It's dirty water. We're in a fucking gulf with shit tons of oil all around it.
But
nobody was actually mad at this.
Still a beach. It counts. Like,
It's
not Cancun. It's a beach, though. All right?
If you're planning a beach weekend to hang out, go to the beach, get in the water, you going to Miami or are you going to Galveston? You're not going to fucking Galveston to get in the water. People will boogie board. The only time they get in the water is to boogie board off the waves caused by the oil tankers that you can see. It's not a beautiful beach. Nobody was actually offended by this. This is bullshit. That's why anybody who claims outrage on this, you're a fake Houstonian. You ain't real.
You're fake.
That motherfucker's not real.
I think also, how much do you think this might just be a ploy from Charles Barkley and HBO because that Jinx Part 2 came out and that guy was from Galveston. Now everybody's going to be going to look at the house in Galveston and be like, that's the house from that HBO show. Charles Barkley said Galveston, boom, bam. Stay woke.
Charles is just funny. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Charles is funny.
See, it
was just funny that Galveston came up and then people were like, Galveston's gross. And you're like, I don't think he's wrong.
When's the last time any of you were in the water in Galveston?
Yeah, I mean, people get in the water. People do get in the water in Galveston, but
last time I went to Galveston,
it's not like Florida.
I was in either high school or college, and I didn't get in the water then. Maybe when I was a baby. I honestly don't think I've ever been in the water in Galveston.
Well,
Nobody goes there to go swimming.
I'm a water person. A man raised in that water. All right. Next comeback kid we got is Justin Timberlake because it's May. So it's gonna be May. Meme already happened. So it's his week.
It randomly hit me yesterday that it was the day before May. I was walking around the restaurant just asking people if they knew what tomorrow was.
It's gonna be May.
Because I am known also as the dad joke guy at work. Like I just tell the corny jokes make me laugh. I was a king for like 2 hours yesterday. It was great. Everyone was laughing. I was texting it to people. Fucking.
Guess what? It's gonna be May.
I always see the memes. I never executed on my own naturally. Did it yesterday. Felt like a god.
There you go.
I'm gonna set myself a calendar reminder for next year.
Every year.
Every fucking year, dude. Because I actually thought, I was like, I've been scrolling Twitter today. I haven't seen the memes. Did you? I didn't really see the memes this year. Did everyone give up on it?
A few.
Not as much as you usually see, though, right?
Yeah,
usually
that's true.
Everywhere. So I think that's when it's finally hit my sense of humor, is when everybody else in the world has given up on it. I'm like, now I'm going to strike when the iron is not hot. My brother actually said he had never seen it.
Well, yeah, your brother hasn't seen a lot of things.
Yeah. He's a hermit that lives in technology and hates it.
It's a weird spot to be in. But
But
Justin
I will
Timberlake,
say, love
comeback
JT.
kid. Shout out JT. Final comeback kid we got is horse racing, because the Kentucky Derby is this coming Saturday. It's the start of the Triple Crown in horse racing. And yeah, it's fun. Fun. Horses back. Who are you picking?
I haven't looked yet, but
Nobody's looked.
I am house sitting this weekend, Alex.
Should
We can be degenerate gamblers in somebody else's home.
Wife's gonna be out of town. Wife's gonna be out of town. I'm down.
Ooh, you can bring. I'm watching 3 Dogs. You can come bring Weezers. It's out in Katy.
I might bring Weezers. Okay, I'm really liking this horse, Mystic Dan. Liking that guy a lot. But you can't turn down Catching Freedom. Catching Freedom is pretty sick. Encino. I'm not gonna go with the Japanese horses. No. Grand Mo the First, Domestic Product, Fierceness, Stronghold, Resilience, Society Man,
I'm gonna
Epic
sprinkle.
Ride, West Saratoga,
I'm
Track
gonna find
Phantom.
a
I'm taking
Japanese
Track
horse.
Phantom.
I'm gonna find a
right,
Japanese horse and I'm gonna sprinkle. Oh, dude, the pedigree, man.
Not American, dude. So they can't travel, dude. They don't travel well.
Are you trying to tell me that you're only? What are you talking about? Japanese horses have been killing it in the Middle East. They've been killing it in the Middle East last year.
Not in America, they haven't.
It's still travel. It's still travel. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Track Phantom, because like that's the coolest name of all of them.
I like Sierra Leone, and it has, and
Just
also
the favorite.
And Fierceness.
Fierceness is 5. Those are the 2 favorites.
I will also. I'm going to look at all the names later on. Well, I'm sure me and Alex will both send out some picks on the day of. I'm gonna just also find what my favorite name is, and I'll put some money on it out of respect.
I would be down to just watch horse racing and bet on the entire card if you're down to do that.
Dude, come on out.
Let's do it. All right. That's our Saturday. I'm not even kidding. There's my Saturday plans done. Fuck yeah. Maybe we'll stream. I don't want to commit to it, but maybe we'll do something.
We'll say live from my buddy's house.
We'll do like an Instagram live or some shit like that. Yeah. Live from the Pat's Friend's House Studios. Brought to you by
thing is,
whatever he's got in the fridge.
It's my best friend. I'm watching his house. I don't even know where he's going.
Nice.
He asked me months ago. He said, "Can you watch?" I was like, "Text me 4 days before I'm supposed to watch your house and remind me." Sure enough, had completely forgotten. But hey, I'm always down to watch. I get to cuddle dogs, dude.
There you go. You can't complain about that. Robert, you have to give us a horse pick, and we'll throw money on it, but we split it if you win. Because Robert will be the one that wins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'll also look at the names. I'll look at
Mystic
the names.
Dan.
Get back to you.
We'll send you a list of the names. The odds will not, even though I'm not sure you'll know how to read the odds because you're a sweet, innocent boy.
It's like,
but we're going to send you the names without the odds, just so you're going to pick on pure vibes. I think I know what my favorite name is. I'm not going to say it, but I love that movie.
Well, it's not Track Phantom. I know that. All right. Solid. Horse racing back. Now let's move on to the finale of mocked draft season. Shout out to everybody for voting last week. We did have to go to overtime this year on mock draft season. We for the first time ever through the entire season, only 2 winners. No one's ever been shut out for a whole mock draft season. And Pat, officially last week, although you had it, you were close.
I think we're all winners.
That was bots. Like,
dude,
I was so far in front for a long time, and I went 2 days without checking, and then I looked back and I had lost, and I was like, bots.
I hadn't seen the results until Alex texted us earlier today. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize Pat was this close.
Yeah, Pat we were pretty neck and neck when I checked, and then I was ahead of you for a while on Friday. I felt like
if Robert wasn't just dumping picks, I probably would have won. Fucking not even trying to split the vote.
I don't know, but so Robert and I both have now won 5 weeks. Because I won, I had 50% of the vote. Pat had 42% of the vote. I had half the vote. Pat had 42% of the vote, and Robert had 8% of the vote. So this week, we're wrapping it up. It is a mock draft of sequels. That kind of leaves it wide open and not wide open at the same time. The rules for our final mock drafts. Pat is allowed to win the final mock draft season. Mock drafts, at least. He's allowed to win this particular mock draft. But the winner of Robert and myself. So it is a competition, including Pat, that he can win. But if Pat wins, then whoever gets second between me and Robert is the real winner.
I kind of think we should just keep going until we get a winner.
No, we would award you a win. So we would be 5-5-1, but then the tiebreaker would be that Robert and Alex played in this. That is really how we're deciphering.
I think you should agree to my terms because I'm gonna lose again like I do every week. But
no, because then everybody would just troll vote you, so we keep having mock drafts. Like that's really what would happen.
And mock drafts are fun, but how great would it be if I won 5 in a row and then got like 8% of the vote in the tie-breaking 5-5-5 draft? I think we need a clear winner. This is America. We don't do ties.
This is a clear winner. We do have a clear winner. We will be whoever wins this one out of me and Robert.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're also getting to compete in it as well.
I would try and get Robert to back me up, but he's just like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I hate you, Pat, and whatever brings you joy, I don't like.
I wish you would have won last week. I don't know why you didn't.
Yeah, you had it. You had it. A mock draft is sequels.
You didn't rally the troops.
I didn't win last week because the fans of this podcast are just determined to troll me and to never win one of these again. Like I know there's a lot of weeks I don't do pander picks. I just pick what is great.
How's that worked out?
But last week was just inexcusable. I picked I picked what I love, and I picked what I loved, but it was also just the best ones. It's inarguable that I had the best one.
I don't agree with that at all.
I texted people that don't.
Nor did the people that voted.
I showed people that don't like me, not even showing the names on it, and all of them picked me. I just had the best one. It's a troll vote against me is what it is. That's why I'm probably going to win this week. They'll troll it just to go fuck you, Pat.
Sounds like you're pandering right there. But all right, in mock draft of sequels, we're going to go in reverse order. It's a snake draft, reverse order of how we finished last week. So since it was me, Pat, and Robert, it's going to go. The draft order this week is going to go Robert, Pat, me, Pat, Robert, Pat, me, Pat, Robert. All right, Robert.
Is this the first week since I think this? So is the second week that I wasn't picking first? I think not only was I losing.
You picked not first once or twice.
I think it was the second week.
So it might have been.
I think I came in second place after the first one, and since then I've come in last every single fucking time. It's been an impressively bad run.
Yeah. All right, Robert, pick 1-1. Mock draft of sequels. What you got?
All right, I'm gonna go The Dark Knight.
I knew that was gonna be your first one.
Yeah, I figured it was gonna be high up there.
I have two number ones that I was hoping you'd pick one of them so I didn't have to choose. All right, I'm gonna Empire Strikes Back. It's a perfect movie. And the best of the Star Wars movies. Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, that's a good one. I go Godfather 2.
Damn it.
That was a given. I felt like
I watched it 2 days ago.
I would have taken that 1-1.
I was torn between that and Empire. They're both literally perfect movies.
Yeah, Empire, Mr. Like Empire out there. And then I'm gonna go Terminator 2. Judgment Day.
Great pick.
All right, back to you, Pat.
I will take I think it's got to be Return of the King, or not Return of the King. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. A lot of people say
wow.
A lot of people say Return of the King was. I think The Two Towers was the better movie than Return of the King.
You know what else used to have two towers?
America.
Yeah, the World Trade Center.
And I'm proud to be an American.
An American pick, if you ask me. But Robert, what you got?
Oh, not American for remembering.
Pat, what did you go with?
The Two Towers, the second Lord of the Rings movie.
Right, okay. I came up with this list like 5 minutes before we started. Looking back at it, I don't know how I feel about any of these. But I'm gonna go Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2.
Mhm.
Great pick. Great pick.
All right. Solid pick, I guess.
And then I'm gonna go Top Gun Maverick.
Ooh.
Very good sequel. I will say the greatest sequel that was made at least 20 years after the original. It's probably gonna be an honorable mention for me. That might be better, but that one, it's right up there. It's in the conversation. Top Gun Maverick was fantastic. Great sequel.
All right. Back to you, Pat.
I am no, I'm not going to do that. I will take D2, the Mighty Ducks.
Fuck, that's a good one.
It's such a
no. It's definitely the better one of the two because, like, I think you get bonus points if the sequel is better than the original. Mighty Ducks is good, but then you get to see Team USA Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Mighty Ducks. Julie the Cat Gaffney's there.
And what's his name from Texas? Roping people.
Yeah.
And the Bash Brothers.
Bash Brothers. Yeah, no, that's great. That's a great pick. Great pick. Great pick, Pat. All right. I'm gonna get a little weird with it. I'm gonna go World War II. That was definitely better than the original, I thought.
Well, strange word to use.
I mean, significantly more historical, I would say.
I mean, the first one was just called the Great War.
Yeah, but then World War II, that was a hell of a sequel.
Hey, we stopped the Nazis, dude. It's a great.
And then I'm gonna go with Peyton and Eli Manning as my last one.
So no.
And Eli Manning as my sequels because it was kind of like what Robert got two last time. You got Hermione.
We didn't talk
and
about
Ron.
No. He got that because they were a pair. They were a duo. I think you have to pick one. And I think you're going to pick with your heart on these two, and it's going to be the incorrect pick of the two. You can't get both of the sons. I actually thought you were meaning Eli to Peyton, but I forgot about Archie.
I disagree. I should be able to get both of these, I think. Then I'm going to change it up then. I'm going to change it. Well, I'm just saying I got fucked in the last time with this, but that's fine.
You won last week,
yeah,
bitch.
You won.
I will go. Right, but I'm going to go Ken Griffey Jr. Suck it, Pat.
That's a fucking great pick. That's a great pick.
There. I don't have to pick between the two, and I still got a junior.
See, here's my problem now. Is I texted them beforehand. I had like 22 on my list. Now I've got too many to pick from for my final one. This is a problem. No, you know what? I'm doing it. Quite possibly the original sequel. Super Bowl II. The star just keeping it Super Bowl II.
With Roman numerals is how I'm doing it too. Rice Stadium.
Partially because the Packers won it, but also just because, it continued the greatest tradition in all of sports, which is the Super Bowl. It's the king daddy of all championships.
All right. Bobby Jokes, bring it home.
All right. I just thought about this right now. Can I do
final
Astros?
Pick of mock?
Can I do Astros as sequel to Court 45s?
No.
Why?
Fine, I'll let you do it, but it just says Houston Astros on it. It's gonna look weird. Yeah,
I was gonna say I want to accept it, but I don't think so. Because it's not really a sequel. They just
on the graphic, it's going to look weird. You can. I will allow it now, but it's just gonna say Houston Astros.
I think if you wanted to take the Astros, it would be if you took the second World Series.
But then that's also very specific.
I know.
I'll pick something else. Then.
You can go Astros.
I'll pick something else.
I don't think so. It's weird that we don't have a set of rules because everything we do is so open ended.
All right,
that just doesn't feel right.
I'm gonna go with the Pat answer. I'm gonna go Halo 2.
Halo 2.
I I didn't even think about video games when
dude.
compiling my list.
Dude, just ripped it right out from under you.
Dude,
Just ripped it right out from under you.
You know
That's
what's
like
fucked
when
up?
I got Harley Quinn last week. Why
Bro,
you guys fucking didn't even think about it?
The fucked up thing is I'm going to vote for Robert this week. I'm not even going to vote for myself. They're in the 4th round?
Yeah, value. That was good value. That was sneaky snake, Robert.
Pick, dude.
All right, let's recap it. The mock draft of sequels. Halo 2 was Mr. Irrelevant at the mock draft of sequels this year. So the final mock draft of the season, the mock draft of sequels, Robert got The Dark Knight, Spider-Man 2, Top Gun Maverick, and Halo 2. Pat had The Empire Strikes Back, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, D2, The Mighty Ducks, and Super Bowl 2. I got Godfather 2, Terminator 2, World War 2, and Ken Griffey Jr. I will post the graphic on Thursday, May 2nd at around 3. You can vote until about 5 or 6 o'clock on Friday, the 3rd. Let's get into honorable mentions. I almost took the New Testament instead of Ken Griffey Jr. I was really considering that one because Revelations gets wild. She gets wild in the New Testament.
I mean, that's literally you're taking Christianity. That would have been a great pick.
Right. And I mean, given everything going on right now, I thought maybe let's not get religious.
After you said Ken, I thought of Cal Ripken Jr., but I thought, let's
Ken Griffey's dad was so much better than Cal Ripken's dad.
Yeah. He's
so
still
it's
a sequel.
The ultimate. Yeah.
He's still a sequel. But also, it's just, I think Ken Griffey was the better pick. And yeah, I didn't want to tarnish your greatness on that. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yeah.
Fucking great
Cha
movie.
Cha Slide Part 2.
Mm-hmm. Dark Knight Rises. It was still a fucking great sequel, but The Dark Knight was the better of them. The remix to
Babe Pig in the City. That's a sequel. It was a sequel.
The remix to Ignition. That song went fucking hard.
Problematic though.
Problematic. Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan. Phenomenal. Back to the Future 2.
Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Yeah, I had that one on there as well. Rush Hour 2. Home Alone 2. Rocky 2.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon 2. Back to the Future 2.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I had John Wick 2, but really any of the John Wick sequels, they've all been phenomenal.
Get Him to the Greek.
Oh, great one. Oh, the one that I said was my honorable mention for sequels made over 20 years later. I don't know if the timeline is actually right. The Color of Money. It's the one where originally was The Gambler. Paul Newman played a pool hall hustler. And then years later, they made Color of Money. It was he was teaching Tom Cruise how to be. It's a fucking great movie. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out.
That's the one where he goes, "Show me the money."
Nope, no, it's not. Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze. That was a fucking great one. You know, I'm all about the Ninja Turtles. 22 Jump Street. I went Mission Impossible 3 because Felix Seymour Hoffman was so good in that fucking movie. I think that's the best of the Mission Impossible sequels. Ghostbusters 2, Ocean's 12. And then I also put Transformers 2 just for the scene in the beginning where Megan Fox is bent over a motorcycle.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a fucking great sequel.
Any for you, Robert?
I had a couple of video games. I had Red Dead Redemption 2.
I also.
Oh, fuck.
I had Arkham City, Street Fighter 2, Mario 3.
Those are all solid ones. Yeah. Solid. It was a solid mock draft. I mean, we could have done multiple ones of this, but
NCAA 25 hasn't come out yet, but I love it already.
That too. Yeah, solid finish to mock draft season, everybody.
I'd like to throw in one last pander pick. It's not even a pander pick, but Alex's upcoming child.
There you go. Good thing that you didn't think about that when
really should.
Available.
I really should say Emma.
L. You should have said L.
Because we all hope that it takes after Emma. We want it to be a sequel to Emma, not to Alex. No offense.
That's true. All right. So we'll put that graphic out tomorrow, and you guys can vote for it then. Let's get on with the not cool segment where we get to vent to you guys and tell you, hey, that's not cool. Something happens to you, stub your toe. I did stub my toe last night when I was going to take a piss. I stubbed that little pinky toe. It was not fun. But it didn't make me say not cool. You also get hit by a bus. That's probably a more severe version of a not cool. And we like it when you guys share your not cools with us. So hit us up at Passing Grade Pod. Use the hashtag PTG not cool. That's how we'll search for them and send them to us. We'll read them on each podcast, and we'll start with you guys. But this is the not cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
Don't forget to watch this episode on YouTube. If you're listening to it, we got the YouTube version available on every single podcast. Go to youtube.com/@PassingGradePodcast, or just go to youtube.com and search Passing Grade Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to us. Robert does a lot of work for this, so it really helps out. If you're watching us, if you're listening to us, go click the play so we get some watch credit. Play it for like 10 seconds. It gives us the credit for it. And if you're watching us, go hit play on the audio version. Help us out there, guys. Help us out. We would really, really appreciate it. Maybe sync up the audio and the video version. That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But, youtube.com/@PassingGradePodcast. You just search Passing Grade Podcast on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe. And then this week, what do we want them to comment? Give us your draft grade on just give us your draft grade on Robert's draft. Whatever Robert's draft is. A, B, C, D, E, F. You can do it all over the place. Just I want letter grades on all of that. Whatever you thought Robert's draft was, or my draft, or Pat's draft. Just pick a random one of our drafts from the mock draft and just give us a draft grade. Don't say who it is, and then everybody else comment on theirs and guess who you're talking about.
Give us a draft grade on me replacing Chris.
But then also reply to other people's draft grades. Grade everybody's draft grade.
Ooh, grade their grade.
When you see somebody's draft grade, you go grade their grade too. So really, I want to go look at the YouTube comments at the end of the week and just see grade on grade on grade. So if somebody puts an A, you go grade their A. You could say that was only a B A, and then they can grade your B version of their A and be like, well, that was actually a C version of a B, and then you can just keep going. That's really what I want to see when I look at the YouTube version tomorrow. Okay, guys. youtube.com/@PassingGradePodcast. Let's start with Ashley Wilkins on her not cool. She says her not cool is that she stopped at a red light and some guy decided to clean her back window with dirty bucket water. The light turned green and she drove off. It's still dripping down her back window with tons of streaks. Yeah, that one is just one of those where you get the unlucky spot when you get pulled up to at a light like that. And I've never had the back window be cleaned. It's usually the front, but I like honking when they do that. It's like beep 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 and just kind of like cause attention to it, and then they're like, "What the fuck?" Like,
no, I don't.
I told you not to do this, dude. You stole that from over there. That's gross water. I don't know. I'm good. I got this thing. And then sometimes you can just start turning the little squirters on. Turn your windshield wiper squirters on. I don't know. They can still fuck with your car if you do that. But that does suck, Ashley. It's a good, not cool.
I'd give them $1 to stop. I mean, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, but then they're learning that then that's what they can get people to give them money for.
Yeah,
if I annoy them. Yeah. All right. Solid, not cool, Ashley. Our next one's from Samantha Vergara at S_Vergara3 on Twitter. And Samantha says her not cool is being woken up at 6:20 by a toddler hitting the fuck out of you with their toy dinosaur. All because they wanted to watch a movie and eat breakfast. Kids gotta eat.
I mean, if you're gonna hit somebody in the face, that's a pretty good reason.
That's
like, I'm hungry and I want to watch something. Okay. But yeah, that sucks. I recommend next time they do that, you grab them real tight and then you swaddle them. Because you're like, hey, you know what? I'm too old for this, but you know what? Wrap them up so tight they can't move. Like, this is what happens. Actions have consequences.
Yeah. Like a snake. It's good.
You might need to use duct tape to hold them because at that age they're probably strong enough to break free. But do what you gotta do.
Yeah, don't overthink it. All right. I'll go first. Mine wasn't the craziest one, but I didn't even know they do this. My wife texted me earlier this week and said that the hospital called. We had to register to have a baby and stuff. I guess it makes sense that you don't just show up. You're like, yes, one baby, please. We'd like to have that, and we need the room available. Like, you have to schedule it out. So they're like, hey, these are the dates we're gonna have this room available for you. So they called and gave us our final bill, and holy fuck, it is expensive. I knew having a kid was expensive. They always tell you that, but like, they gave me like a bill. Like, this is how much it will cost to have a child at this hospital. I was just like, cool. So like, I'm not gonna spend money for the rest of the year. That's pretty much like all of my money is going to go to that bill, and then I think that's it.
I'm just excited for when she gets pregnant again and you start going, I think we should think about home birth.
Yeah, I can do it. I saw it the first time. It can't be that hard.
I think you just need to break it down that way. Be like, Emma, if you want another child,
I'll watch Scrubs.
We have to have a home birth, or else these children are going to eat ramen until they're 20.
I need to learn how to like hunt buffalo, because like, you know, you can like feed your family for like a year if you kill a big buffalo. Like, that's just really what I need to live off of. I need to catch a buffalo, kill it, and then just be living off of buffalo meat for the next year. Then I won't have to pay anything for food.
You got to be the guy that's asking to be taken out on deer hunts, and you just got to hope
accidentally
you shoot
a deer. Two. Oh shit! I got another one. Well, I might as well take both of them.
Why aren't you pulling the trigger? I'm waiting for the second one to walk behind it like Call of Duty so I can get a double headshot.
So yeah, kids are expensive.
Yeah, that's a big
I knew that, but then you get like the actual number, and you're like, "Whoo! All right, neat."
Did you? It'd be so much more fun if they like handed it to you, and it
that's like free paychecks.
So then you can just be like, "Do you accept coupons?" That'll probably get a laugh.
Yeah, I have Whataburger coupons. They hook you up, and one free subscription to Past Gary podcast. Can't really put a price on that.
Maybe you should ask them if they want like 3 free years of ads on the podcast. Maybe knock that bill down a little bit.
We start doing hospital ad. That'd be really funny. Just like not like just randomly, like right after the baby. And hey, if you're looking for a good birthing center, go on down to here. And people are like, "Did you pay for your kid's birth with ads?" I did. Dude, desperate times call for desperate measures.
And so we got to start working harder. So the next time you have a kid, we can actually do that.
I got to get my Alex's jerkin it sauce taken off. Really, I got to work on my jerk chicken sauce.
Jerk sauce. Alex's jerk sauce.
Jerkin it sauce. All right, what would you guys got for not cools?
I had 2. I was grabbing a couple beers out of the fridge this weekend. You know, you grab 2 at a time because the first one's going fast. I did the thing where I just reach in quick and grab both of them and just kind of let the door start to close on me as I'm pulling them out. Well, as the door was closing, one of the drawer corners caught one of the beers perfectly and just busted it open on the side and just doused me in beer. I mean, like head to like belly button just went and just fuck. And of course, when I tell the story to my family all later on, they're like, "Did you shotgun it?" And I was like, "No, I didn't think about that. I did drink it, but I
was in the moment.
I had to clean up beer, trying to watch sports. It was fucking everywhere. I didn't mop. I just fucking walked on towels. Probably should have mopped.
Probably should.
But it was clean. I got it all up. I just didn't
minus the mopping.
It's not like there was a puddle on the ground or anything. It just sprayed all over. And yeah, that one sucked. But my main one is I put my hand in dog poop yesterday.
Ooh, how'd that go?
And people are going to go, "What were you doing? Were you outside?" I was in my living room. I was
that should be a safe zone. It should be a safe zone. That's a no poop zone.
Should be a safe zone. It was directly in front of my TV. People are like, "How did you not see it?" I keep the fucking lights off. I'm watching the Bruins. I'm watching 2 other things. I'm not paying attention. But the way it happened was the plug situation in my living room is like the weirdest shit. They're all so very far spaced away. And where my couch is, there's nothing close to it. So the only one I can really get to when I'm plugging in my phone charger is it's like my TV's on a little table and it's kind of like underneath the table on the side. So I have to get down on my hands and knees to like reach underneath to the power strip to reach in there, and I'm reaching with my left hand, and I put my right hand down, and I just feel wet. Or not like really wet, but I was like, man, did I sweat through my sock that badly? That like when I kicked them off and it was right there, because it was like that squish. And I was like, wait a minute, I didn't take my socks off in this room today. And I just kind of looked down, and there's a pile of poop with a big dent in it, and there's poop on my hand. And I'm actually shocked at how calm I stayed when I walked into my sister's room. It's like, you need to clean up this poop and kill your dog.
Yeah. I mean, that part's not that cool.
I mean, it's just
I don't like it when you say things like that, Pat.
I think I had brought it up before that he keeps pooping underneath the same table. I had looked that day underneath the table to see if he pooped inside. I was like, oh, I guess not. He just decided to sneakily poop.
Well, he's onto you.
Directly in my area.
He knows you're on
a spot that I wouldn't see because it's oddly dark right there, because the TV sits on the table and then the light comes out over it, but then there's like that weird shadow area right there, and also it's dark in the room. I'm watching the Bruins, I'm drinking, I'm smoking, I'm not fucking paying attention. I got poop on my hand, and then that God, that's horrible. Then when I went to wash my hands, there was just no water pressure in my sink. Like it was just like drill. Like it's
you just got to shower at that point.
You know when like it comes out and there's no water pressure, it's just the clear water. But when there's water pressure, it's just shh, and it kind of looks all bubbly coming. There was no shh. It was just like falling out of the tap. I used like half a bottle of soap because it was like there not being water pressure made me think I just had to like keep. I washed my hands for like 8 straight minutes, and I was just.
You would imagine it was clean at that point.
Yeah. Oh, it was super clean. And then the Bruins lost. And I blame the dog.
Yeah. I was about to text you after that game because it was like an overtime loss.
You can always text me. I'm not going
to. Well, but I'm really glad I didn't, given the circumstances. You're like, Alex, I have my hand covered in shit right now. You're going to text me this shit.
Well, and then I also just kept.
It was not going to be it wasn't going to be like a ha text because I had bet what you told me to bet. But I was just gonna be like, that fucking sucks. Like that was mostly like what the text would have been. But like sometimes like the last thing you do is like, I fucking know it sucks, Alex. Like that's the worst. That's the worst kind of text at times like that. Like, yeah, I fucking saw it, man.
I actually wasn't that mad at the game because I was like, you know what? Even though their star player wasn't playing, it's an emotional game. The other guys played up. The Bruins played like shit. Couldn't get any shots on goals and still almost won that game. So you know what? It's sometimes the hockey breaks for you like that. I would have preferred to close it because last year where we were up 3-1, we ended up losing in the first round. We're up 3-1 and lost this one. I'm not worried about the next game. This sets it up to be funnier. We're going to win in Toronto and make all their fans sad.
Canada.
So I'm not worried about the team, but just like, yeah, touching poop is not cool.
No, it's not.
See, it's like, if I said this story 8 months from now, you'd be like, dude, it's just poop. Because you'd be used to it by then. But I'm not. And it's dog poop. And then
dog
like
poop.
I kept like phantom smelling it. Like, is that poop? Do I smell poop later on?
Yeah,
and I would like
it's like kind of like PTSD.
Like not take a deep whiff of my hand, but I would like turn it over and be like, no, it smells like soap. That's just soap.
Yep.
There's no poop.
Yep.
There's no poop.
And then the soap smells like poop to you because it was associated with poop. This is all slippery slope. That's a good, not cool, dude.
And also, it just that dog had also pooped in the house on Friday, and I had to clean it up.
Yeah, that's not cool.
He's bad dog.
Robert, what you got?
Mine's
you top that?
Like, no, I could definitely not top that. But
yeah, good luck.
I'm gonna give you
poop hand.
I like to print out calendars and just like put them here next to me. It's like just like, oh, here's what's happening in this month. And so a couple days ago, couple days ago, I printed out the one for May, and so I had to write out the dates, like 1, 2, 3, whatever, and Sunday through Saturday. Just because I like having that flexibility of like I can start whenever.
Mm-hmm.
And I write the numbers 1 through 31. Then I think, oh wait, I messed up. I put the wrong date. Like I put the 1st on Tuesday, and I should have put it on Wednesday. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to print out another one. I'm going to get a pen, and I'm going to just flip it over because I can see the printed line. So I'm just going to line.
That's smart.
pen.
Resourceful.
And I'm doing it with
Recycling.
like a little gift card that I have here. So like every couple of 3 inches, I like to move it down and continue.
What's the gift card to?
Target,
Good gift card.
pretty good gift card. It's only $5, but gift cards.
Hey, it
Gift
counts.
card's a gift card, yeah. So I get that all done, and I'm about to start writing the numbers again, and I realize, oh wait, I did it right the first time.
You just said,
So I just spent a bunch of time trying to get the lines perfectly straight on the other side of the paper when it was right the first time. I don't know why I thought that I had done it incorrectly. I should know better.
should just buy a calendar.
Well, no, he has to buy this. He can just print.
Yeah.
Right. Melissa Hyde gives me a calendar every December that I've used. Shout out to Mel Hyde myself, our
Birds.
loyal listener. Yeah, she's just birds cursing. That's my go-to calendar at work where I just put all the sports stuff. So in the morning I'm like, well, did the Astros play last night? Cool. All right. Did this team play last night? Cool. All right. That's what I'm talking about in sports. And so I just, not saying I count on you, Melissa, but like that's just you're who I assume is going to give me a calendar at the end of every year now. Also, my whole world would basically come crumbling down if Melissa Hyde did not give me a calendar.
Yeah, she's done it 2 years in a row. I kind of expect it now.
It's been our catering.
You should just hang on to it and start using that one, and then you don't even have to worry if it's done wrong.
I give it to my brother. He likes birds.
Oh, okay. Fair.
At work, we just write down all the catering.
Solid.
For 2 years in a row. It's fucking great. And so it works for everybody. Also, Robert, you can just Google like May 2024 printable calendar, and then it'll that way you don't have to just print out that graph and fill it in. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense because Robert is a baseball guy. He doesn't want to look up the stats. He wants to keep track of the game.
Yeah.
And do his own scorecard. So he wants to, okay.
Do you ever fill out a scorecard, Robert?
I've never filled out a scorecard.
You never sat and filled one out? I used to do it all the time when I worked Astros games. It was when they were the worst. So then you would have other teams, like you'd go in their scorecard and you're having to like add at-bats in an inning. You're like, fuck, I'm having to do so much drawing on this side because Brad Peacock can't fucking stay in the goddamn game.
That would be a good punishment if for a month you had to keep score like one game a day for like when you lose, if we lose the NFL bets this year or picks, I guess I should say not bets.
That's go to a baseball game and just pick somebody that has to like everybody else gets to hang out, but then there's got to be one nerd that has to fill out the scorecard. It's got to be up to date the whole game. So like you can only get up to go pee if like it's in between innings and you can't like miss anything. You're like, nope, you got the scorecard on you, Pat? You got the scorecard?
We would have to be like, you have to do 20. So like, it might not take you 20 days because you fuck up and it goes, but I think Robert would either like when I would work radio games or hate it. Or just
I would work radio games. It would make it go by faster. But then like at the end of it, it looked cool when you'd look at like a finished scorecard. And you're like, fuck yeah, that looks awesome. And then I'd be like, nah, I'm going to just throw this away because there's no point of having this.
I almost said I want to do it again because like there's the nostalgia thing about it, but I haven't done it since high school. And I would only do it when I wasn't pitching.
Just do it.
You're keeping the book today. I'm like, okay.
Just do it once. Like watch a game and print out a scorecard. Just do it once. And you'll be like, this sucks. I'm bored.
Yeah, especially now,
I get if you're like listening to the earphones and you're listening to the play-by-play and you're there by yourself and like you got your headphones on, you're into the game, and that's what you're doing. Like that's fun. But like if you're hanging out with people, like filling out a scorecard ain't for somebody that's like socially hanging out watching a game.
I think the only time I could do it would be if it was like Sunday Night Baseball or the last game.
I can just look on ESPN
of the day for postseason, because I always have multiple games going at once. I'm watching a lot. I can't. My focus just doesn't work like anymore. The internet has broken my brain, along with my ADHD. I can't focus on one thing all the time.
I got mad the other day because I had bet on a game that I didn't have enough iPads or TVs for. I was like, I already have 4 games on, but I need to check out the Marlins game. What the fuck? I don't have enough screens for this. And then I just had to check the score on that game like an idiot. It's one of the worst days of my life.
I actually have one more not cool to add on here.
Quickly, do it.
I just thought about it.
Doing this.
I don't think I can bet on Rangers games the rest of the year because as I was taking my pregame dump for the podcast,
because you hate Dallas.
No, it's not that. I will bet on anything I think I can win money on it. Unfortunately, probably like 70% of the time I'm wrong. But I it wasn't during the dump. It was when I was signing into Zoom, it had locked me out and I had to re-sign in and I had to send myself the email code. And right underneath the email code, I see a email from Xfinity. They don't carry Bally Sports anymore.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So like I don't even have the channel for the Rangers. Like, not that I watch a lot. I really don't watch that many Rangers games, but you know what? And they go, and you'll be given a credit on your bill. They're probably going to take like 48 cents off of
30
my
cents
bill.
max.
But like, if I want to watch the Rangers, I can't. Well, I can. I'll just stream it illegally. But like the fact that I can't pull up the Rangers and I'm in Texas because Xfinity can't reach an agreement with Diamond Sports Group.
Fucking Dallas's fault, dude. Honestly, that's really.
Yeah, no, Dallas is a piece of shit.
You know, the mafia
Like,
was gonna
Rangers.
reach a deal with like the Secret Service to like not assassinate the president. But Dallas stepped in last moment, made sure they couldn't. That's how JFK died.
It's just
Same thing here. Basically, what I'm saying.
It's fucking horseshit. So now we're gonna start getting the story. Remember when the Astros couldn't be viewed in Houston by like 3/4 of the city?
Oh, but now to be Dallas, and we'll be like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but like in solidarity of the fan.
No. With them, they can fuck off.
No. I mean, fuck them. But like it's the fan getting screwed over, which I'm still getting screwed over. It's not my team, but guess what? I might want to watch the Rangers tonight. Can't fucking do it now.
Dallas is like, we fight them in one championship that I don't acknowledge because it didn't happen when I was in the States. Did not happen when I was in the States, so it didn't really count. But they think they have a championship, and like now they're like, let's just raise the prices. That's what they do. That's a team. They win a championship. They take away getting to watch them for you. Not a city I'd want to ever live in. That's all I'm gonna say. Not my kind of city. Imagine living in a trash town like that.
It's just
living in a trash town like that.
Like, fuck it. Just agree. Let your fans watch the fucking game. You're just hurting yourself in the long term. Because it's not even like, at least when the Astros couldn't be viewed, we were absolute dog shit. So like, I can't watch them, but like, I don't have to watch them. Because if they're on TV, I'm going to watch. And now I don't have to watch my team get the shit kicked out of them. The Rangers are a really good fucking team, and they play fun baseball to watch. They play good baseball. Now, as a fan, you just can't.
Cut that out.
You just can't fucking watch.
Yeah, we're not gonna let that happen.
Yeah,
don't talk. End of segment. We're not gonna talk. Don't talk about.
Also, hold on. They're also fucking. They're fucking over small business. They're fucking over small business.
They can fuck over Dallas all they want. I don't care. All right. Next.
Now bars that are locked into an Xfinity contract that they just signed for another fucking year, they can't even show the games. They're fucking over bars, man.
That's Dallas. That's Dallas. Fuck Dallas. All right. Play the comeback kid segment, or not comeback kid. Answer segment. We're getting ready for that. If you got any, we do the Precome segment where we pitch some anti-rape cookies. I pitched that today. We ask any questions that we have come to our mind. We ramble about anything else. If you would like any sort of advice from us, this is the time to reach out to us. Hit us up on Twitter at PassGrayPod. On Twitter, use the hashtag PTG Answers. You can also email them to us at passgraypod@gmail.com. Passgraypod@gmail.com. Shout out to Dane Milner. He was the first person to successfully do that correctly. Passgraypod@gmail.com. We do not have the website anymore because nobody was really going to it. But yeah, hit us up at passgraypod. Use the hashtag PTG Answers. That's the easiest way to do it. You can email them to us, but like just get a Twitter. Just get a burner Twitter account that all you do is send us answers and not cools too. It's very easy to do. At PassGrayPod, hashtag PTG Answers. That's the easiest way to reach us. Or PassGrayPod@gmail.com. But hashtag PTG Answers at PassGrayPod. Hit us up on Twitter. This is the Answers segment.
Well, if you just answer the question. Why don't you just answer the question? Be honest. No big deal. Yeah, answer the question. Don't change the subject. Just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
Yeah, we'll power rank anything. Give us 5 similarly ranked things. We can power rank them. We can help you with medical advice, parenting advice, relationship advice, anything like that at all. We're just drunk and high thoughts. Hit us up at PassGrayPod at PassGrayPod hashtag PTG Answers. Let's start with What we got? This is from Kenya Valdez at Kenyatta Mandata on Twitter. And Kenya says, where did room temperature come from? Is there a room where the temperature is optimal? You're a food service guy, Pat. What do you think?
I'm pretty sure it just means it's not hot and it's not cold. It's just warm. That's all it means. I would guess it's slang. You know, people
it's not being chilled or warmed up. It is the temperature of the room.
Actually, it probably, if I had to guess, it might come from food service where they don't want to say
perfect room temperature is.
Probably like 72 degrees would be my guess.
70. I would say 70 to 70 to 72 works.
No. Are you talking about the temperature of a room, or are you talking about room temperature? Because I think they're different things.
Sort of the same thing you just said. But,
no.
I think I'd say 70 to 75 is room temp. And if you're like, that's room temp, that's 70 to 75 degrees. And I think that's about fair, right?
Yeah, I keep my house at 75 and I just keep a fan on. I got a box fan blowing at me. But it probably does come from food service where people are like, well, it comes warm. That doesn't sound good. Like, it's served at room temperature. It's a fancier way to say it.
What is room temperature?
That would be my guess. Is if somebody just wanted to fancy up a way to say it's warm.
70 degrees Fahrenheit, it says.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Denotes the range of temperatures most people find comfortable. These temperatures feel comfortable. 70 degrees Fahrenheit is what it says. The average room temperature 70, and then some people say 72. So you pretty much right around what we said.
Because you got to think, what you want room temperature to be in Texas is not what you want room temperature to be in Maine.
True. Room temperature is like, it's not too hot to where anything would go bad. And it's not like
warm.
You're not keeping it cold. So 70, 75 degrees, I would still say is room temperature.
As a temperature, it's comfortable. If you're talking about the temperature of a room. If you're talking about room temperature, it just means like, yeah, dude, we serve you the fucking water. And it's not cold water. It's room temperature.
All right, nailed that.
Nobody says your steak is going to be served room temperature. I'm going to be like, that sounds like I'm going to get fucking the shits later.
Could you cook it and just let it sit out for a little bit? Get room temp and then serve it to me? That's what I want.
Yeah, we cooked it and then we let it sit for 45 minutes before we brought it to your table.
All right. Dane Milner writes in again. Welcome back, buddy. And Dane Milner says, would a giraffe be the hardest animal to perform CPR on?
No. Dude, think if someone was stuck in its neck, you could see it. You'd know exactly where to start sliding up from. I would say
if you're trying to perform CPR on a giraffe, though, you got to like blow in its mouth and then run all the way down its neck and go and then run all the way back. Like, you're doing a lot of running. It's a lot of running back and forth unless it's a two-man setup right there. Because, you know, if it's a dog, you're like, all right, stomach's here. I can do this all kind of from the same thing. I got to push on your belly, run up, or push on your chest, run up. I feel like there's a lot of work with a giraffe. I would have guessed outside of giraffe, I would have said jellyfish just because I don't know how I'd do that.
I was thinking more in terms of what's the smallest animal that you care if it dies. Because don't get me wrong, I care if a giraffe dies, but like if it's stuck in its throat, you could see the lump and just work it out, and you don't have to breathe down because you know you're just counterintuitive. You're just trying to work it out. But like, say a pug, that's small enough to where you can crush it if you use too much pressure in the CPR.
I just feel like the act of performing CPR would be way more difficult if you're having to run as far as the giraffe's neck. So that really, I think, complicates the whole ordeal.
Also, I just realized I was conflating CPR and the Heimlich maneuver. Kind of like CPR is not for
different. Yeah,
CPR is not for choking. I just realized that as I was saying
CPR is
words.
like they're not breathing. You got to blow in their mouth, chest compressions, blow in their mouth. But with a giraffe, you're chest compression, chest compression, chest compression. Run all the way to the top of the head. Blow in your mouth, blow in your mouth, blow in your mouth. Run all the way back to the chest, chest compression, chest compression, chest compression. Whereas, like, if it's you, I'm just like, blow in your mouth, chest compression, blow in your mouth, chest compression. I don't have to run.
True, it's definitely the giraffe, because here's something you're not thinking about. A chest compression is not going to work on a giraffe. You're going to have to be kicking it in the chest. which is going to agitate it. And then I don't know if you've ever seen videos of giraffes fighting. They use the neck as a weapon. So as you kick it in the chest, it's going to whip you with its fucking head.
Well, it wouldn't
And
be
then
breathing.
you're going to be
It would
dead.
be breathing. So
But
it's
but it's an animal in distress. It's going to be like in fight or flight mode. It's going to be literally fighting for survival. So you do have to run all the way up, cup its nose, breathe as hard as you can into that, which I doubt any of us have a strong enough lung capacity to help a giraffe in that stance. And then you got to run over and kick it in the fucking chest. And then you got to run back. My cardio was not good enough. So you know what? I switched my stance. The giraffe is without a doubt the hardest one to do it on. Single-handedly.
Yeah.
Single-handedly, it's the hardest. Michael Phelps could probably do it.
What do you think?
See, I think it has to be like a smaller bug that like you can't even really get your lips around, like a roach.
Like a bug? Like a roach.
Yeah.
Bug's not an animal. It's an insect.
Ooh, good point.
It's an animal.
Ooh, hold on. Maybe it's a baby. Because there's the fear level where if this dies, I'm legally responsible. Also, I love it.
We're going to assume it's not a human. It's just an animal. And I get that you like humans are animals, but like
humans are animals. Okay,
right.
okay.
Most dangerous game.
Non-human animals.
But see, jellyfish is one where I'm like, I don't know how I would do that because I feel like I'd push it and then it just like, and now I'm just.
I don't think a jellyfish
liquid.
is an animal.
It's a fish. Fish are animals.
Well, hold on. Once again, I'm catching myself in a logical fallacy. I'm conflating animal with mammal again now.
Yep. That's what it is.
Also, jellyfish, I don't think you could, though, because it is not a lung-having animal, so CPR would be invalid.
It's pointless. I had to put spitting water into the jellyfish.
Yeah, it might be any kind of fish because you can't give them mouth to mouth down there.
You had to blow in the gills.
Yeah, you can't breathe.
Spit water in the gills, yeah. So it's giraffe.
CPR for a fish would just be spitting water in its face.
Is giraffe or any kind of fish? Fair?
I don't know if I would say giraffe, but
I'm gonna go giraffe.
Fish. I can get on board with fish.
Giraffe. If we're including humans, it's either a baby or your mother. Because even if trying to save her life, just locking lips with your mom, nobody wants to do that.
Fair.
I'd much rather do CPR to my father than my mother.
Okay. Great question, Dane. Great question. Dane's been crushing it with the questions lately. All right, let's get into some power rankings. Josh Treecoddle at Joshua Tree 713 on Twitter says, power rank these sounds. So we're power ranking sounds, and here are the 5 he gives us. The ice cream truck, the microwave beeping when your food is done, the draft pick is in chime, waves at the beach, and the sound of a box fan to fall asleep to. Robert, you go first.
I gotta say, these might all be bad.
My God.
I think I'm gonna go number 1, waves at a beach. Okay. Then number 2, I'm gonna go. See, you like the idea of an ice cream truck, but hearing that like just over and over again, it's like it's grating, huh?
I don't disagree. I don't 100% disagree with you, Robert. I think you bring up a valid point.
I do.
We'll get to your rankings next. This is Robert's time.
I've never heard it, but I'm gonna go the draft pick chime.
Oh, dude. That's a cool fucking sound.
That's my.
And it just means something's happening. Something just happened. All right, so draft pick number 2.
3, I guess I'll go ice cream truck. 4, I'll go box fan, and 5, microwave beeping. No one wants to hear the microwave beeping.
I'm actually gonna hop on board with you because I didn't put microwave beeping all the way up on mine either. Just because, like, how many times like do you not take your food out and you go like do something else? It's like beep, 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 beep. Shut the fuck up! I know it's in there. I know it's in it. Just beep, 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 beep. It's like, okay, dude, chill out. Then it's just naggy. It gets really naggy after a while. So I can see why you would be against microwaves. All right, I'm agreeing with you. My number one, I have waves on the beach. Like they make stuff to fall asleep to. It's just waves on the beach. Whenever they're like, calm down, imagine waves on the beach. It's a way to like center yourself and be like, this works. I can relax with this. I can get with this. I think most people are down with waves on the beach. 2 is ice cream truck, and I think it can get annoying, but I think it's the nostalgia that it brings up is really the sound. Number 3 is draft pick. Dun, 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 dun. 4 is microwave because it does get annoying, but yeah, it means my food's ready. And then 5 is a box fan to fall asleep to. I'm more of just a ceiling fan guy. I've had box fans, and I always thought they were more annoying than not. I understand, like, if you fell asleep with a box fan, like, you need that noise to fall asleep to. But I've had, like, white noise machines and stuff, and I've also fallen asleep with box fans, and just, I hated it. I didn't like the sound of the box fan. So, waves on the beach, ice cream truck, draft pick, microwave, and box fan to fall asleep to. Pat, what do you got?
Okay. I don't think I even pulled up the right. I was trying to pull up the background set. Number 1, and Robert, just so you can hear it. Oh!
That hits.
Oh God! And if you're not an NFL draft fan, it's like I get that it doesn't, but like.
But did it piss you off this year, Pat? I felt like it'd be like and then it'd be like the draft pick is in, and then you just waited for 5 minutes before we would unveil who the pick was. Like, show it the fucking pickers.
I mean,
that pissed me off.
I was only the first like 2 picks I watched.
This guy has no ball.
And then no. I had it on the main TV. I was watching the Barstool draft coverage because it's funnier on the side, and then I would switch over when they were actually announcing the pick. But that sound is so pure and so beautiful because you know what it means? It means the NFL is coming, baby. It means you're getting new players. Your team has hope. There is like at every like even the teams that are the worst in the NFL right now, they're like, dude, we could make a run this year. We could make a run this
killer
year.
Draft grade.
Bro, we had some dogs. That's number 1. Number 2 is waves at the beach. It is far and away the most relaxing sound in the world. And not just like everyone's like, yeah, I put that on my sleep sound. If you've ever gotten to sleep somewhere where you can just naturally hear the sound of the waves as you're sleeping, that's as close as you get to Nirvana. Like that's as close as you get to nutting without actually nutting. Is just hearing that sound. You're like, oh, this is so good.
That just came. He doesn't know where he is.
Yeah.
I was just coming thinking about waves.
3 is, I mean. Bro,
right,
and that's not,
yeah, stop playing it.
Yeah, I stopped it. I'm pretty sure that one, because every ice cream truck can use it, is just free use. Nobody owns that song. But anyway, dude, the ice cream truck. You guys are talking about like it gets annoying after all. No. Do you have any idea if I was hanging out in my front room and I heard an ice cream truck outside of my house, how fast I would sprint to the front door? Bro, the fact that a truck drives around that I've never heard it. I don't think it comes through my neighborhood. As a child, do you remember as a child hearing that and sprinting out, like sprinting to your mom, going, Mom, I need $5. And then just sprinting outside, hoping that you catch it, or hoping another kid got there first to slow it down so that you can get there in time. The ice cream truck is about as American as it gets, man. That is Americana. Like Norman Rockwell should have painted a painting of the fucking ice cream truck. That is the American dream. It's a beautiful sound. And the fact that somebody just brought ice cream to me, yeah, I still have to purchase it, but like I can get a fucking ice cream cone of Sonic the Hedgehog where his eye is a gumball. Fucking fill me up, dude. I am all about that shit. The only reason it's not number 1 is that one of the waves is the most relaxing sound in the world, in the NFL draft makes me hard. 4, I'm going to go the box fan. It's just relaxing. It's white noise. And 5 is, you guys, I can't remember the last time I heard a microwave beep, because if I'm microwaving something, that's not true. People at work will like microwave with their breakfast, and I hear that. But
So you were lying, Pat, is what you're saying. You were lying.
No.
Liar.
I misremember.
Don't be a liar.
No, but also, dude, if I'm microwaving something, I'm standing like next to the microwave. I'm microwaving it because I'm super hungry and I can't wait to put it in an oven. And I'm gonna stop it at 2 seconds, or 1 second, really, so I don't have to hear the chime. Who just microwaves shit and walks away?
Me. That thing.
I'm starting to realize I have so much time in my life.
You do. Like I love to like do it and then go like I'll start the microwave, go do something, and then you hear it beep beep. And you're okay, cool, I'll go do that. And then usually you go do something else, and then it beeps at you again, and then you're like, fuck.
My literal being single without kids, my only responsibilities in life are show up to work and pay your bills. That's literally it.
Other than those are good responsibilities.
I have no actual other responsibilities to anyone or just in general. I do whatever I want all of the time. And it, guys, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds sick. It's really not that. It actually is. It's pretty fucking sick. It'd be nice to have someone to come home to, but like also,
probably, yeah.
I don't have to listen to their stupid fucking stories about what they did at work. So that's pretty chill.
That's the trade you make, Pat. All right. Solid power rankings, Josh. Thanks for keeping them coming. Give us 5 similarly related things. We will power rank the fuck out of any of them. All right, let's move on to we got 2 more. Our next one is from Raimundo Benavides. He's at KMundoB on Twitter, and Mundo says, besides mushrooms, what else can you microdose that's okay? Alcohol, meth, cake. Yeah, microdosing, I feel like it's always like I microdosed mushrooms. Is acid? Can make people microdose acid?
Mm-hmm. MDMA. My brother likes to say, I don't know how factually true this is, that he actually, I don't know if he said this or if I just made the connection one time, that he microdoses alcohol. He doesn't just wake up in the morning and start slamming whiskey. He does a little bit, then a little bit more later.
Right now, you doing shots?
I remember that my buddy bought me this when he went to Disney in 2022. He bought me this, and I was like, I don't feel like getting a cup. I'm just gonna keep doing shots. But I'm sipping on it.
It's microdosing.
Really doing shots.
But you're microdosing alcohol
just doing
right there.
a little bit, and guess what? You don't go to sleep super late because you're very tired by the end of the day.
But you can also microdose. You can also over microdose, which is just where you do the dose. And so you can microdose where you do too much of it. And I think alcohol is one of those. Shots is microdosing, but a lot of people do too many shots.
I don't think shots is microdosing. If you were doing
if you only do a couple.
If you were doing a quarter of a shot, like every hour and a half, 2 hours, I think that would be microdosing. But when people do shots,
microdose to drinking a whole bottle.
Yeah, I think you could probably microdose Viagra. So like you're like, oh, I got to take this when I know in 30 minutes it's time to go. Well, what if you just took a quarter every 6 hours? You'd be ready whenever. Like if at the moment,
microdose anything.
If she walked up and grabbed you by the dick and you're like, I need 30 minutes while I pop this pill. No, just take a quarter every like 2 hours and you're fucking ready to go.
I think you can microdose anything. It's just easy to over microdose and just do a dose, and then you're like, fuck, I did the thing I wasn't gonna do.
I wonder if
I never understood that, where it's like microdosing mushrooms. It's like mushrooms just makes you kind of like tripped out a little bit, but it's like I want to be sort of tripped out, but not all the way tripped out. It's like I want to be a little bit high, but not all the way high. And it's like, but I don't do great when I'm high in like situations where I don't need to be high. Like I don't want to be a little bit not okay. Like I want to be sort of drunk, but like not all the way drunk. And it's like, but no, I'm not like I'm not great at functioning that way.
My short-term
we
memory.
Should just get buzzed before that. Like that's not being buzzed. Is just being like microdose drunk.
But that's the thing. If you're microdosing, I don't think you're even going to get buzzed. You're taking a very small amount all throughout the day to slightly alter, but not even get to that buzz state. There's
a lot. I think you can do anything. You microdose anything, but it's not easy to microdose. You have to know what you're doing and know how to get away with it.
It all depends on the person too. Like these nicotine pouches I do 6s, but they make them up to like 12, 18, 20. People that do those like 18 ones are probably like people using 3 milligram ones are
Right,
fucking
pussy.
microdosing. Little bitch.
Yeah, you can microdose
yeah.
anything. It's just hard to get the right microdose. All right, let's wrap it up. One last thing we got is from Quentin Hughes at Q the Ace on Twitter. And Quentin says, at what point in life can you claim a city? Quentin says, hold on, let me open the rest of his tweet. He says, I was born in Austin, but soon after went to New York till I was about 9, moved around because of military parents, then in Houston since 2005. I like the Giants. Sometimes I say I'm from New York, but people hate that. I guess he's talking more so teams, but I think that like you pick your team and you stick with your team as long as you ain't a bandwagon jumper. People are cool with that. You can claim a city whatever you feel like it. Like sometimes, like I claim Houston. Like I'm not from Houston, but this is where I live, so I'm Houston.
You've lived here a
I
majority
root
of
for
your
teams
life. I
that are
think
not
it's
Houston
fair.
teams, so it's like, yeah, but like you claim a city that you're like, if I had to be like, what city do I fuck with the most? I fuck with this city. Like, where do I want? Like, this is my city. The city that is your city at that point currently. Like, you can have multiple cities, but like, what's your city that you fuck with now? And this is where I fuck with here. If you live in Houston, but you really want to be living in New York, then I think New York is your city. But if you live in Houston, you've lived in all these other places, and this is what you recognize it as, like that's your city. You can claim a city just from feeling like you belong there.
I don't think fandom necessarily equates to it though, because like you're a Yankees fan, but I don't think you would ever claim New York. Like you wouldn't be
I
like,
claimed Houston. That's my city. I live here. This is where I do my shit.
How old were you when you moved here?
2002. I was 6th grade, 7th grade.
So you've lived here for 22.
Yeah.
Like 2/3 of your life you've lived here.
The majority of my
I think
life.
that's fair to claim. Like I'm a Packers.
Right, but I'm talking about like people like
claim
Quentin.
Green
Like if you
Bay.
move it around, like you just claim the city you're in. Like Lancer Colors, bury me in the H. That's claiming Houston.
I think you claim the city when you feel a connection with it.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely what it is. Like when you feel a connection to a city, if you've lived that city 10 minutes or 10 years, when you feel like that's your city, that's your city. And you can change cities. You can claim a city. You can claim a different city at a different date. But what you feel like is your city right now, that's your city.
Like military kids, they move around a lot. Like for him, it's a complicated one. But like, even if you've moved around to like New York, to Sacramento, to North Carolina, to Houston, to Oklahoma, but like say North Carolina just felt right, and that's where like it felt like home, and you met a lot of good friends there, and that's what it like. You claim North, maybe that's the one that you claim. You've moved around a lot, but that's the one you claim because that one just felt right. You claim it when it feels like home.
I feel like I claimed Huntsville when I lived in Huntsville.
You were there for 4 years.
This place fucks, and then I moved.
It was a
and I was like,
major
Houston's
part
my
of your
city.
life.
This place is my city now. I claim Houston.
You can claim, and that's why you can claim multiple cities. Like
you can claim. Yeah, I feel like you can claim multiple cities, but like you claim one current city, really. Like, and it's like it can be the current city you're in, and it can be another city, but it's like you can kind of claim any city. Yeah, it's all like where do you feel like you belong, and if you belong in multiple cities, you can claim multiple cities. I'll allow that.
I wouldn't say I really claim San Marcos anymore. I love San Marcos. I wouldn't say it's my city. But like also like I kind of claim Boston because I do have roots in my fandom there for multiple teams. So I love them. I also claim Houston because it's where I've spent 96% of my life. If you include it out to Katy, which greater Houston area. Which is you claim what you claim. When you have a connection to it, that's what you claim.
I agree.
People can shit talk you all you want, but you know what? You have that connection, and fuck them.
Fuck them. And on that, claim wherever you want, Quentin. We'll always claim you, buddy. We'll always claim you, and you can claim us. You can claim Pass the Gravy whenever you want. We'll always be like, yeah, they fuck with us. We cool with them.
Claim gang.
Share us with a friend, guys. Gang, gravy gang, guys. We love you guys. Please share us with a friend. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever else you listen to podcasts. I am at Alex J. Middleton on all socials. Pat is at not Pat Dion. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Please go give us a follow on all of our socials at Pass Grade Pod on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. Go and subscribe to us. Don't forget to give us a grade of our mock draft grades, and then make sure that everybody else that's given a grade, you give a grade of their grade that they have given. So comment on everybody's comments, and then comment your own grade. Pick one of us on our mock drafts and just give us a draft grade, and then everybody else has to try and figure out whose grade it is while also grading your grade. So I want 100,000 comments basically on the YouTube post this week. Okay, guys, could you help us out? It would really, really be cool. What else did I have? I thought I had some. I don't know. Maybe I don't. Working on the jerk sauce. The Alex is jerking it sauce. We're gonna figure something out with that. At Pass Grade Pod, please give us a 5-star review. Share us with a friend. Thumbs up on the YouTube video. And yeah, if you're listening, go click the audio version. If you're listening, click the video version. If you're watching, click the audio version. Help us out. Help us get clicks on both of that. We love you guys. Have a great rest of your week until we talk to you gals and guys again. Pass the gravy, yeah, bitches.
Gravy, gang, gang, gang. Baby, pop the top and let it spread. As we're listening to Pass the Gravy. We're going fishing for your bitch today. We're drunk in Houston, baby. And we go ahead and lick